It's a problem over JLP. And we are going to play what Kazi. Mighty God. Make we start from the start. That them voice note, yeah. I cause problem in the JLP camp, ladies and gentlemen. The allegations against a sitting member of Parliament, Donovan Williams, is causing a lot of problems. Gonna make we listen to the voice note. Hear these things. Make me start my show. Because I not start late. Alright? I not start late, Jamaica. Come on. Let's go. Let me play it.
As the world turns.
One thing with me, me talk up to people and me try to know people. Me not stay like you. We're running into people and I know people. Me try to know people. So when me have a Judas, me know where to keep the Judas and where the Judas must stay. You don't know your Judas them, Donovan Williams. You don't know your Judas them because all the people them where you are talk to, them a talk to me. All of them where you are talk to, them a talk to me. And all the things that you have done in this constituency, Donovan, me know. Me know, worthless Donovan. Bitch Donovan. Worthless Donovan. Me know your file. Me know your file. You understand that? Worthless Donovan. Croft Donovan. Me know your file. Mongrel Donovan. Me know your file. Donovan when I come from nowhere. I demand them up at Tower Hill. Used to rob the yappies them and feed you and your family. I frighten. You never angle money so in your life. Yeah. And you say all of them vice note, fuck with me. And see if me not let them go into the public. Leave me. Leave me alone, Donovan. You hear me? I want you. Mongrel Donovan, leave me alone. Cause frighten you know. You forgot so when you come into the constituency, you never have no money. A little Danny used to lend you money. And you make little Danny dead. You, cause the boy lend you money and when you pay him back Christmas, you give the boy $50,000 for share for him and Fidel and Tavar. That's why Tavar and Fidel run away and eat you. And you make Danny, little Danny run away and gone foreign. So me know everything little Danny tell me before him go away. Say him no want this you. So him gonna leave you alone. Cause you was him liar. Listen, Donovan. Why you think me skeptic of you? Because I know your file. The man them what your brother carry from Towel come down here. Election when you were running at the 2020. As you win the night, the man them come back the morning, come tell me, say, oh, never sorry, Donovan in the seat. Donovan feisty, Donovan thief, Donovan mean, and Donovan lie. Yeah. And every day the man them call me and say me they tell you, Rosie, so never sorry, Donovan in the seat because Donovan are wicked. But let me tell you something, me I get you out here. And me carrying you, know. Me never know when you are coming here. Remember, them never tell me when you are coming here. You come in by night. But me wait to the place where me born and grow to take you out. And me go take you back out here. Me go take you back out here because you must lose. If you stay till election, buy your ticket. Enrich yourself. Because of that you do. Enrich yourself. And the people them poorer. The people them poor like church laws in the constituency. Because all the money them were used to come in the seat, where contractors used to come in here and the man them used to get them 200 and them 300 and them this and them that. From you come in here at 2 and 3 people at work on a project and you alone I get the money from the contractor them. But me said, Donovan, leave me alone. Because your file are got in the public. And everything when me attack, me can prove it. Everything. Me say, Lawrence Rowe send me a text. If him can talk to me, he want to talk to me about something. If I didn't know Sir Lawrence Rowe number, I wouldn't even answer it. But it never have no name on it. When I call back the number and ask, who is this? Him say Lawrence Rowe. He want to ask me a question. Lawrence Rowe asked me, tell me, say, Chris and Ramon, the list of the Raytown division, people them will forget the $20,000. Him gave Alia 100 paper forms for fill out. And Alia do all kind of things with the farm them and stupidness, and him give them to Ramon and Chris, and now the people them now gonna get the benefits because it late and the farms them not do. I ask Lawrence Rowe, why you bringing that argument to me? I have nothing to do with the farms. When una do no things, una never tell me nothing. Wanna bring. But guess what? Lawrence Rowe go on like him smart. Him a try to feel me out if me and Alia and Chris and Ramon in a dialogue. So him want know if on a circle is trustworthy. Your circle, Donovan Williams, not trustworthy because you have Lawrence Rowe in there will walk and talk everything. Him a carry news to you and him a carry news to everybody else. So your circle will never private. Never. Because Donovan, me know every single thing where you do, how you do, when you do, where you do. You ask them where you have around you, if me did make them know nothing where me I do anytime at all. Them get duties to execute, them never get duties. Them never be a part of no decision making because me know me did have a whole heap of boy, girl I deal with. So me know what to say to them and when not to say to them. Leave me alone, Donovan. You hear me, I warn you? Leave me alone. Because me know you can't stay in a Central Kingston. You could have, me not even talk about Jesus. The devil on your back, you can't stay in here. And me build Central Kingston, you know. And me build Central Kingston. Ramon in I'm yard when me build Central Kingston. You're going in yard, go tell him and him brother, say come me, I go carry her to Rosie, make sure expose her in her politics. And me carry them, go expose them all about in a politics. And I know Ramona undermine me. From 2016, Mrs. Madden down a Grace call me and tell me, say, Chris and Ramon and Sanjay, which is in brother, in the community, a campaign say, me can win the election 2016. Them go down a Grace go tell Mrs. Madden, and Mrs. Madden call me and tell me, Rosie, beware of them. Them a undermine you. So me know a long time, Sir Ramon and Chris and Sanjay did I do it. Mrs. Madden tell me long time and tell me, say, open your eye. And all me, Chris was more explicit and sure say him a fight. So me did avoid Chris, but Ramon gave the impression like Chris is the problem. Chris carry news and Chris got this and talk this and Chris. Every time I talk to him about Chris, him pour down everything upon Chris. The time him did I do it. So now I know that Ramon was a snake and Ramon is the one that do all the things them way I do. I leave Ramon alone. And nothing to no argument with him. I don't want to fuss with him. I just want me and him to go up on the floor. And you anticipate a selection. Me no in a selection. Me I give him the seat. But me I go run past something else cause PMP have to win the seat. JLP can't win it back. Me I make sure them not win it back. That's all me have to do. So me in an argument with you. When Ramon tell me that you told him that you gave me money, and I said to Ramon, say, Ramon, Donovan never give me any money. Donovan don't give me money. Donovan give me projects. Him expect me to take the money, but the people was always paramount. When I tell Donovan how much money I give the people them all the time, him tell me, when me I give you so much money for, me give $6,000, me give $7,000. I always tell Donovan that can't help nobody. I always tell him, say, Donovan, that cannot help nobody. The people them never used to that from me. Them used to it from you. Them never used to it from me. The other day, in a Christmas, I gave you a budget. Not this Christmas, last year Christmas, I gave you a budget for the Christmas work. No, it never have on anything for the old people them and this and that, apart from the treat when I did keep. And I knew that there were some people in need. Somebody did forget $50,000 each. Ramon did forget 50,000. Chris did forget 50,000, and Yo-Yo was forget 50,000. Everybody else get their money apart from those 3 persons. Because I shared that money and give the old people them to give out. The people them some $5,000. You told Ramon that I gave you a list with Ramon name on it, that Ramon was to get money. Ramon asked me 1 time, I did not answer him. Him asked me 2 times, I did not answer him. The 3rd time him bring it up to me that you told him that I had his name on a paper to get $50,000. I told him yes. I said, Ramon, did you tell Donovan that you got the money? No. I said January when the gully did a clean in a Raytown. I told Yo-Yo, because I go foreign and leave the money. I told Yo-Yo, give Ramon $50,000, give Chris $50,000, and you take your $50,000, and me make him pay out the rest of money. I asked Ramon the question if him they tell you say him they get the money, and him say no. Ramon got him Christmas money the January. Ask Liad Ramon. Ask Carrie News, and Carrie got bring come Ramon. Ask him if him never get the $50,000 afterwards. So when you and him a conspire and him a tell you say him never get no money Christmas, and you a tell him say me give a list. Yes, I gave you the list with Ramon name on it. But I diverted the money, Yo-Yo, Chris and Ramon money to the poor, the old people them in the era when need it. But January, Ramon got back the money. And I told you, Donovan, that I gave Ramon. And you asked me, why me give him $50,000? Remember, when I told you that never give them it, you asked me, why never give Ramon $50,000? Liad Carrie News, Donovan, thief in Donovan. You hear me? I want you to stop calling my name. I'm going to open up your files in the public. Watch me. The package, the money where you get for the packages, where you sign up all kind of things and you give Ramon them for sign. And Ramon come back and tell me, say, nothing where you put on the paper is true, is lie. Remember, me, you did I give them for sign, and Ramon, you did I give them for sign. So all the things them when me know about your false documents them, and Ramon tell me. You hear me? I tell you to leave my name alone. You see, I do, I'm not paying on mind. When I don't talk the things them. Morning. Where Ramon tell me about you thief in Donovan. I'm not talk to you about it. In the public.
Nah, look, Jamaica.
In the public, me I go with it.
Nah, look.
In the public. Because you swear to things that your business private. Right? But let me tell you something. You're going to know when the time comes.
When the right time
just come. Continue.
Some are going to charge for corruption. Oh yes, Jamaica. Bangarang.
Just continue. You want a peaceful transition? Take the peaceful transition. And do what you do, because you can't stay in a Central Kingston.
Wow.
Me, I go campaign make you lose.
Wow.
So you I forget rid of you.
Mighty God.
Me, I forget rid of. Me not ask you that.
Antonio Wagwan.
Oh, leave me alone. I realize that you is lie and Ramon is lie. I am so disappointed in Ramon. Not because him have a political ambition, because nothing is wrong with that.
Yeah.
But Ramon been telling lies all the time.
Wow.
The amount of things where Ramon tell me about you, Donovan.
What?
Where you a thief the people, the taxpayers' money.
No, man.
And I give him for sign. And Ramon talk. Say it's pure lie upon the things them. I never know say you give Ramon things. The amount of things where Ramon tell me about you.
And
let me tell you something. Me not say nothing. Me I wait for the time because everything I go come out in the public.
Wow.
Everything I got come out in the public.
Whoa.
Thief in Donovan.
Whoa.
Remember me know everything where you thief and how you get it.
What?
You have the audacity to ask
audacity.
me the other day if you did get money. When you get the money,
It's the audacity for me in Jamaica. The audacity. That's funny.
they contract them up.
Let me play that back. Hold on there.
The road for fix up a Wildman Street because you can't stay in a Central Kingston. Me, I got campaign make you lose.
Wow.
So you have to get rid of you. You me have to get rid of. Me not ask you that.
Hear that?
Oh, leave me alone. I realize that you is lie and Ramon is lie. I am so disappointed in Ramon.
Yes.
Not because him have a political ambition, and nothing is wrong with that. But Ramon been telling lies all the time.
Yes.
The amount of things where Ramon tell me
How what that now?
about you, Donovan.
What?
Where you a thief the people them the taxpayers' money
not
and I give him for sign and Ramon talk say it's pure lie upon the things them.
Hey, it's either Ramon a tell lie or she a tell lie. Or a true. We don't know Jamaica. We don't know. No, I have to play it for context. And not everybody hear it. We have to play it for context. No, man. No, Sassy, we have to play it for... Donovan respond. Donovan lawyer them respond. So context matters. So we want to know how this thing are really a go. You understand? I'm wondering what is happening with this. Oh, I know what it is. The Wi-Fi isn't connected. So I have to go in here and turn it on, man. We have to get the context, you know, ladies and gentlemen. The context.
If I know say you are the Ramon things, the amount of things what Ramon tell me about you. And let me tell you something. Me not say nothing. Me a wait for the time because everything I go come out in the public.
Wow.
Everything I go come out in the public. Thief in Donovan.
Wow.
Remember me know everything where you thief and how you get it. You have the audacity to ask me the other day if you did get money. When you get the money, they contract them up the road for fix up a Wildman Street, Sutton Street in a Alman Town. When you tell me to get the contractor and me get the contractor, Donovan, you forgot say when me give you the contractor number and you and the man talk. After you and the man talk, the man come back to me and say to Mr. Rosie, you have to ask the MP how much money he want.
Jamaica, no make we have to do this all the time when we do them live, yeah. See the like button right here, so Jamaica. There's a thumbs up button right at the top of your phone. Press the thumbs up button. Alright? Yeah, man. Press the thumbs up button there and you will see the like option. And you can share too. Once you press this, you can share right up here, so somewhere in the middle there, so. Anytime you see me do this type of live, right up at the top there, so, yeah, man, just hit the like button, man. You know how long I want to go live? Jerry Bryan stick me up. I couldn't go, you know, make me want to go live from 10 o'clock. I want to go live, Jamaica. I kid you not. From 10 o'clock, me want to go live. I'm there and can't go live. Cause breaking news and one bag of sitting to blows her skirt. From morning, early this morning, me want to go live. You see me? So, I could continue, because I just want this play off and then we get to the other thing, because
out of the money. I say, I saw it go. Him say, yes, I saw it go. And when I came to you and asked you how much money you want out of it, you tell me $1.5 million. And I tell you you're not getting it. You forgot to tell you you're not get it? And I did, the first money paid was $1 million paid. And I tell Yo-Yo to give you $300,000 out of it.
Miller, big up.
And I gave the people them who forget money in a spoilers and gave Andre the money for share up at Alman Town. The next time we get
Remember last night I listened to Bangarang TV. Andre said, it's not me. We said we nearly dead with that.
the money, the $500,000.
sir,
You were supposed to get $200,000 and me get $300,000. I did ask you for some material and you tell me, say, Rosie, when you get the money, take the $200,000. You forgot that? Listen, Donovan. You can't tell a lie for me, because I say, me, I go in a social media. You walk and you tell the MP them how much money you give me. Which part you ever give me money, Donovan? Yes, you expect me to take the money. When you gave work projects, you expect me to take the money. Donovan, me never take the money. Stop tell lie for me.
My God.
Me not talk to you again, You notice me stop talk? Me stop talk and me act. Don't make me leg on my mouth.
Yo, this look like it a bro, long time. Whether these allegations are true or not, that's yet to be seen. This is all hearsay allegations against Donovan Williams. And why this is significant and why there doesn't matter what the ocean wides and the media try to do and try to spin this and try to sway this. I was listening to Jay Bryan and he made a valid point. Only remember when they come against the People's National Party talking with the Lawrence Rowe and they were running with everything what Lawrence Rowe said and they might play every voice note the Lawrence Rowe said. Yeah, man. Remember, said them do that, Let us not forget. Let us not forget, ladies and gentlemen. They gave Lawrence Rowe allegations against the People's National Party. Life. And this was a political ploy to win the election. So we don't want to hear the labor rights them crying. We don't want to hear no crying. I know we put out the voice note. Uno put out the voice note. Yes? Good.
Tell me that on your teeth in Donovan, Don't make me leg on my mouth on you. Donovan Williams, I want you stop walk with my name. You go in at the party and you've been telling the party you give me money and the money me I war ready for. Donovan Williams, I tell you, I try to keep your disgrace out of the public domain.
Whoa.
Because Donovan, a whole heap of things me I go in at the media go talk, You hear how long me I want you tell yourself to leave me alone. You never like it,
Can't say she never want you, no.
Because you go in at the ministry, go take out the ministry packages them.
What?
And have them a give Rummy morning. And have them a give Ramon for go around, go issue to delegates and supervisors.
What?
And me ask Ramon the question, if him know who him a give them to.
Yeah.
And him said no. I'm tell him, said Donovan is trying to have a selection. And I am not having no selection with Ramon. I am going to run on a ticket. And listen, I am not telling you again to stop walk with my name. Several MPs call me and tell me that Donovan tell them that him been giving me money. And Christmas,
Richard,
him give me how much money? Donovan Williams, I wasn't in Jamaica in Christmas. You gave $4 million worth of Christmas work that could not give out the work.
Yes.
I had to put money on it. You gave me no money.
Wow.
Every time you are having a program in the area, a project in the area, I gave you the program for the Christmas money and it always exceeded. It's me put money on it. Donovan, you have never given me no money. Stop tell lie for me, Donovan Williams.
Mighty God.
And you a walk a tell people about me tell Ramon, say me a step down and give him seat. And then me come back and tell him say for wait for 6 years. And Ramon tell me say him can't wait for 6 years because I'm not going to politics till him all. Let me tell you something. Everything I go in at the media, Donovan, member say you sell out the people in place in a central Kingston to the MP them and tear them down. and make the people them homeless them and scatter the vote them in the Raytown division.
Wow.
Donovan Williams, you want a confrontation, and trust me, I gonna give you the confrontation. Me I wait on the right time. Because you don't know, you are go around and me I go around. Me they are foreign and me a campaign just like you. Me don't want nobody for campaign for me, you know. Me have a name where me can campaign pan and me a.
Hey, so that was Rosie, Vice Note, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the defender of the People's National Party, well, not the People's National Party, the defender of the Jamaica Labour Party network came out with a statement on behalf of Donovan Williams, and we're going to go to it, ladies and gentlemen. Yes? Listen to this. Listen to this.
Yesterday, you may have seen and heard being posted all over social media some very explosive voice notes from the councillor of the Raytown division in Central Kingston.
Yes.
The JLP is Rosie Hamilton.
Yes.
And she, known popularly as Rosie, she has been a foundation of the Jamaica Labour Party in that constituency for more than 30 years.
30 years, more than.
She's a stalwart in the constituency.
Right.
She ran for the JLP unsuccessfully in the constituency in 2011. And in those voice notes, she made some very, very serious and defamatory, damaging allegations against.
So, more asks Cliff Hughes. Cliff Hughes, did you have this same energy and posture when Lawrence Rowe was making serious and damning allegation against the People's National Party? Did you have this same posture? Let's continue, Jamaica.
The sitting member of Parliament, the JLP's Donovan Williams, who's also a state minister. And when you listen to the voice notes, you several questions, but let's leave those a moment. Essentially, what the voice notes betray, reveal.
Why betray? Why the word betray? Why the word betray? Janet said prayers from people of the West. Oh, is suffering while the JLP range up them taxpayer money. Mighty God. Where you say are people I water them on JLP? That's what Janet said, not my word. The man said betray, the voice notes betray. Where betray come from? I don't like to share up a video, ladies and gentlemen.
Is a war, an internal political war.
A war
between the MP, Donovan Williams, and the...
Very interesting choice of words. Jamaica no me says so. Him says so. Cliff Hughes says so. A war between JLP representatives. Not my word. So since as Oceanwide has declared this a war, well, I think we can declare it a war as well. It has elevated Jamaica have them only Iran going in Iran versus Israel in the Jamaica Labour Party. Yes, man. Big up all of my moderator them. Big up all of my thank you so much, Anissa. And big up ladies and gentlemen, remember Anissa Bell Rose, you know, all when she's not there. You don't know say my eyes I couldn't know so now have check in on these platforms. Panaja TV, Atafai Press, Darkemind TV, Mystic, the whole 9 yard. Everybody. We are doing the right thing. Dre Bryan, Zane, yeah, everybody we are doing the right thing, ladies and gentlemen. Auntie Jenny. But there's a war between the Jamaica Labour Party individuals them. Rosie Hamilton and Mr. Donovan Williams. If I'm not mistaken, didn't his name pop up where the jury is concerned? His name is not on the thing again. I'm certain because I saw an article in the Observer that confirmed that. And he was saying that Dr. Dawes was outside of his merit in in his assertion that Donovan Williams was the actual owner of the company. So I am right. He was the one. Because I saw the article this morning to confirm the Observer article. Medtech. Yes, Meditech. Him name not upon it anymore. That him name come off now. But at the time when the drill saga did come out, his name was on it. He's a liar. Him say I hold it for the owner. Ah no, we don't know who the owner is, ladies and gentlemen. That is a breach of the law. But that's a whole other conversation. Zane, what I'm saying is, here we go again. These are some damning allegations against Mr. Donovan Williams. Weren't they calling for the resignation? Wasn't Oceanwide calling for the resignation? Or was it Marlon Morgan calling for the resignation of somebody? Wasn't it with the Virgin name from Westmoreland and the lady and the voice note them and the text message them, the personal text message them? Weren't they calling for his resignation? The hypocrisy. Andrew Wallace is uncertified and still the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And run in our election when we didn't know him uncertified. No, it really, this government, they really have no legs of integrity to stand on. Yes, doing Vaz. They have no legs of integrity to stand on. I was listening to Joe Brad and he made that point as well. It's an excellent point. That's a fact. How comes no one a rush doing Vaz, but no want nobody talk about their voice note. Dog, me I'm supper. These voice notes need to be ventilated. Questions need to be asked. Because if any of this is proven to be true, a prison work this. Them thing are prison work. The amount of violation in terms of the allegation them. Crazy. So, yes, fraud, everything. So, Miss Rosalie Hamilton, I mean, I would think that a lady of her experience that has been around Edward Siaga understands what those allegations. She have to have some. The man is a liar. And she said she have evidence of everything what she has said. So Jamaica, I am waiting with bated breath to see how this scandal unfolds where the Jamaica Labour Party is concerned. An internal scandal. Mighty God. The devil's playground is being eroded from the inside. God now sleep.
Councillor Rosalie Hamilton. They are at war.
Yes.
And it is so bad.
Yes.
It is so bad.
So bad.
That Rosalie Hamilton,
yes,
the JLP councillor,
yes,
for the Raytown division,
yes,
a former candidate for the party,
yes,
declared in those voice notes that she is going to work to ensure
yes,
that neither Donovan Williams nor the JLP
yes,
retain Central Kingston
yes,
at the next general elections.
Wow. So on a ear Cliffy. Let me hear some more.
The State Minister, Donovan Williams, they have received from the Member of Parliament, the State
You will receive, Mr. Cliffy.
Minister, Donovan Williams,
yes,
the following letter. Nora Hassan.
Listen
Nora.
carefully.
All right, sir. So this letter to Miss Hamilton says, Dear Miss Hamilton, read defamatory publication concerning State Minister, the Honorable Donovan Williams, MP. Reference is made to the above captioned matter in which we act on behalf of the Honorable Donovan Williams, Member of Parliament for the Kingston Central Constituency and State Minister, hereinafter referred to as our client. We have been instructed to formally address the false, malicious, and highly defamatory statements made and published by you and or your agents via various social media platforms to include, but not limited to, WhatsApp and TikTok, which have since been widely circulated and disseminated to members of the public. Your decision to publish these statements concerning our client is deeply troubling and entirely unjustified. The contents of the said video are wholly untrue, and our client categorically rejects each and every assertion made therein. The natural and ordinary meaning of your words is to lower our client in the estimation of right-thinking members of society, expose him to public ridicule and contempt, and to undermine his integrity, credibility, and standing as a public official. The widespread circulation of this content, particularly on a platform such as TikTok, has significantly amplified the harm caused. Your actions have resulted in serious reputational damage, public embarrassment, and ongoing distress to our client. Further, your conduct demonstrates a reckless disregard for the truth in circumstances where no reasonable steps appear to have been taken to verify the accuracy of the statements prior to the publication. Your actions are therefore actionable under the Defamation Act 2013. Acting on our client's instructions, we hereby demand that you, 1, immediately remove any offending videos and voice notes from WhatsApp, TikTok, and any other platform under your control or that of your agents. Immediately cease and desist from making or publishing any further defamatory statements concerning our client. 3, issue a full, unequivocal public retraction and apology in terms to be approved by us to be published on TikTok and any other platform where the statements were disseminated. 4, take immediate steps to retract any false statements made and to mitigate the damage caused by your publication. And 5, provide written confirmation within 48 hours of receipt of this letter that you have fully complied with the above. Take notice that should you fail to comply with the demands outlined herein within the stipulated time frame, we are instructed to pursue all available legal remedies against you without further notice. This will include the initiation of proceedings in the Supreme Court of Judicature of Jamaica for defamation, together with applications for injunctive relief and all attendant reliefs available at law. We trust good sense will prevail, otherwise fail to act at your own peril. Regards, Richardson Law Chambers.
Acting on behalf of the Member of Parliament and
Act at your own peril. That is an interesting choice of words. Act at your own peril. Very interesting. Let me look up what peril means. Act at your own peril. Peril, 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 peril. Meaning. Want to catch that part there, Jamaica? No, man, no. Serious and immediate danger. So, serious and immediate danger. Act at your own peril. Serious and immediate danger. Exposed to danger. No, would I like them to answer that, you know? Would I like the lawyer them for Donovan Mitchell? Or Donovan Williams. What do you mean by act at her own peril? Did I am the only one that caught that? What do you mean by that? Peril mean serious and immediate danger. Exposed to danger. Threatened. Risk, hazard, insecurity, jeopardy, danger. Peril. Very interesting. Let me just play that last part again. Hey. Bangarang. And then Cliff Hughes used the words war. Peril. Dahlia, how you doing? OB Fireman radar program this morning saying Marky G is a liar. Show him say there is no FinSac report. Yeah, him a go say that, but nobody no listen to Marlon Morgan, brother. Nobody no listen to Listen, Mark Golding is a lawyer. Mark Golding not come tell no lie, bro. He not gonna tell that man is a man of integrity. If him say it, I saw it go for true. There's no official report and there's no recommendation. It's just a bag of data that was not analyzed and put in a summary. That is what a report is, you know. The data analyzed and put in a summary come to a conclusion and say, all right, we need to fix this, this, and this. These are the recommendations. Yeah, without the data analysis, you cannot get a report. It's very, very simple. All right, an investigation without a report like that is like you do a test and the teacher never mark it. So nobody never look over the answers that they gave to see if they are right or wrong. That's it. That's it. They have not come to any conclusion who is right and who is wrong. Why did they do the FinTech investigation in the first place? To find out who is at fault. To find out where the problem lied. Simple. There's a Marky G style them and them to realize to get them. Marky G, me in that part of though.
Good sense will prevail, otherwise fail to act at your own peril.
That part there bugged me, bro. That part there bugged me. That part there bugged me.
Trust good sense will prevail, otherwise fail to act at...
We trust good sense will prevail. Argument done. Otherwise, fail to act at your own peril. Serious or immediate danger. Jamaica, wanna pray. Pray for Rosie here. Because that the argument they right there, so. To me, I give validation to some of the allegations that she put in the video, in the audio. That not sound good. That not sound good at all, Jamaica. That not sound good at all. So, that is the response from Donovan Williams. I am waiting with bated breath to hear. Because me I go back over that from the start. This is what she has said.
Hamilton, re-defamatory publication concerning State Minister the Honourable Donovan Williams, MP. Reference is made to the above captioned matter in which we act on behalf of the Honourable Donovan Williams, Member of Parliament for the Kingston Central Constituency and State Minister, hereinafter referred to as our client. We have been instructed to formally address the false, malicious, and highly defamatory statements made and published by you and or your agents via various social media platforms to include, but not limited to, WhatsApp and TikTok, which have since been widely circulated and disseminated to members of the public. Your decision to publish these statements...
Who are the agent them? God, that sounds like one allegation. Who is the agents they're talking about? Let's play that back. I found that very interesting.
Made and published by you and or your agents via various...
And or your agents. And your agents. Or your agents. And or. So who are the agents? Are they suggesting that Miss Rosalie has agents in the media? Very interesting, ladies and gentlemen. Very interesting. Wow. Like and share the video for me, guys. Yeah, man. As I telling you before, right up here at the top, you're going to see a thumbs up button. Yeah, right up here at the top, you're going to see a thumbs up button. Once you click that, you'll be able. Somebody texts me and say, Bolo, those are some strong and serious words. Me say, why don't type in the chat? Type in the chat, man. People them where text me behind the scenes, type in the chat. Someone don't like typing in the chat, you know, but if you know, say typing in the chat, it helps the video them go out in the algorithm. You never know. When you guys communicate in the chat, good day, how you doing? Holy love, Glenn Samuels, big up. When you guys type in the chat, it actually helps the video to go out, you know. Yeah, man, the engagement is what YouTube is looking for, you know, from people, you know. The more engaged you are with the conversation while we're having the conversation, is the more YouTube sends out these notifications to persons that are, one, probably already a subscriber of the platform, or two, you know, they are new to it, but the topic is something that they usually watch. You know, they might be interested in the topic. So, you know, that's how YouTube, and then you have random persons that they will send a notification to, right? So, uno, engage more in the chat, man. Engage more in the chat. But me not stay too long on this because I only thing I go on, you know. So that's the first
social media platforms to include, but not limited to, WhatsApp and TikTok, which have since been widely circulated and disseminated to members of the public. Your decision to publish these statements concerning our client is deeply troubling and entirely unjustified. The contents...
I have a problem with that. I have a problem with the assertion that it's unjustified to publish these statements. No. These are damning allegations. We mean it unjustified. We need this to be investigated as a concerned citizen. We need more coffee to investigate these claims. The lady said she have proof for everything, so bring the defamation on. Because in a defamation court, you're going to hear what her findings are. So let us ventilate this in the court now, man. In the meantime, I think Donovan Williams should resign. A second time now, him name a call some deep dude. He need to resign. He need to take away himself. This does not look good on him. It don't look good. Him name did already solid already from the medtech thing. Right? Yes. So, alright, cool. And you are the owner of the company. Why we not hear why owner of the company when by law we're supposed to hear who's the owner for the company? Member said them sue Dr. Alfred Dawes, you know, but him not get sued, you know. Dr. Dawes came on Colin Bell's show recently and ventilated that and let us know that he has not been sued. From them time there, so it was applied, he shut them up. Shut him up. Is this the same tactic that is being used? Guess what is gonna happen? Guess what is gonna happen? When the Auditor General report come out about the company and it drill on them something there. No, I mean, he might just get to talk with him know. Because Dr. Alfred Dawes knows. He knows. He knows Jamaica. He knows. Mighty God. He knows. Rose Hamilton, if you're right. Rose Hamilton. God, Hamilton then. Please and please. Listen up. Hamilton. There was an audio where Miss Hamilton I hate this. I hate this. Wolande. What's the fight this?
Beneath your ministry.
No, I hate this. That lady that they put out a video an audio one time. I'm almost certain say after I press the post. May I try? Anybody have the audio with Miss Rose Hamilton from before, the one from before? That are the audio me want to get. That's the audio I want to get.
Said video are wholly untrue and our client categorically rejects each and every assertion made therein. The natural and ordinary meaning of your words is to lower our client in the estimation of right-thinking members of society, expose him to public ridicule and contempt, and to undermine his integrity, credibility, and standing as a public official. The widespread circulation of this content, particularly on a platform such as TikTok, has significantly amplified the harm caused. Your actions have resulted in serious reputational damage, public embarrassment, and ongoing distress to our client. Further, your conduct demonstrates a reckless disregard for the truth in circumstances where no reasonable steps appear to have been taken to verify the accuracy of the statements prior to the publication. Your actions are therefore...
No, me not understand that. I don't understand this argument. This is Rose that put out information. She said she have the evidence. So how can you say this? This don't make no sense.
And ongoing distress to a client. Further, your conduct demonstrates a reckless disregard for the truth.
How is that possible? How is it possible that there's a reckless disregard for the truth in the mind of Miss Rose Hamilton? Because she said in the audio that she have the evidence for everything what she has said. So she can't have a reckless regard for the truth when she claims that she has the evidence for what she's actually saying. No, in a court now, this is where everything is going to be played out. I'm wanting swear for you. Sonia, Sassidi, I wanting swear for you because I want the thing come out. We need to know if a lie Rose Hamilton tell or a lie Donovan Williams tell. We need to know because the allegations are too serious. You're talking about our tax dollars. Me, the taxpayer. This is an interest of mine. I am a citizen of this country. So I am well within my right to ventilate these allegations. This is not a quarrel between Rose and Donovan. Or my tax dollars is in the middle of that in a huge allegation. So nobody can say, oh, we're not supposed to. No, to hell with that. Foolishness. We can't brush potential corruption under the rug. We need to clean up Jamaica. And if the JLP is serious about cleaning up Jamaica and is serious about corruption, they need to remove Donovan Williams from his post until this is ventilated in court and him can prove say no go so. How about that? And it's the same for anybody whether PMP or JLP. I already tell you my stance already. No man, Jamaica have to clean up, man. We cannot take any more corruption, Jamaica. The country is being destroyed by corruption. It's too much. It's too much. Too much, just too much.
In circumstances where no reasonable steps appear to have been taken to verify the accuracy of the statements prior to the publication. Your actions are therefore actionable under the Defamation Act 2013. Acting on our client's instructions, we hereby demand that you 1. Immediately remove any offending videos and voice notes from WhatsApp, TikTok, and any other platform under your control or that of your agent.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, these are foolishness. Again, if the lady says she have evidence, why would she remove
Yesterday, you may have seen and heard.
The lady says she have evidence. So if she have evidence, why would she remove the voice notes? She according to her, she had the evidence before she made the voice notes. Huh? Yes. So that this argument, they are foolishness.
And any other platform under your control or that of your agent.
Under her control. So all of a sudden Rose, according to them, have platform under her control. I wonder who them are going to accuse of that. Who are they going to accuse of that?
Immediately cease and desist from making or publishing any further defamatory statements concerning our client. 3. Issue.
Hey, me a wait and I cut my ears, because me want to hear if Rose are going to run out today. I want to hear if Rose are going to run out today. Jamaica, on the stay tuned. I want to hear if Rose are going to run out today. Me I keep my eye on J Brian live. Mighty God. People make sure so go subscribe to J Brian YouTube channel. You never know. Say him have YouTube channel. You make sure so go subscribe to J Brian YouTube channel. See him post one video. Me wanna follow him already from see me in my comment section. You know, so once you sign in on YouTube, that's a YouTube channel. So J Brian so launch out, you know. Yes, so I tell you from now. I tell you from now, Jamaica. He post this 5 hours ago on the YouTube channel. I have over 1,000 subs. 1,045 subs. I encourage you to go subscribe to J Brian. As a matter of fact, I am going to drop the link in my chat right now. A whole heap of J Brian content we drop over here for half a TikTok. You know. So see you link there, Jamaica. Make sure someone go subscribe to his channel. Let me go to my other channel. Yes. Bolo clips. So I can drop the link there as well. But the premise of this defamation is that Miss Rosalina have the evidence. Rose, make sure at least you are experienced campaigner, a long time in our business. I am certain. Martha, how you doing? You need 1K? Drop it. Martha, you are a big supporter of the platform. Drop a link in the chat. We need all Belfoot pants and what? And big heel boot pot for this one. You're not easy in a Glen. Yeah, Martha, drop the link to your channel. Yeah, drop the link to your channel in the chat, Martha. Alright? Yeah, man. Let's continue.
A full, unequivocal public retraction and apology in terms to be approved by us to be published on TikTok and any other platform where the statements were disseminated. 4, take immediate steps to retract any false statements made and to mitigate the damage caused by your publication. And 5, provide written confirmation within 48 hours of receipt of this letter that you have fully complied with the above. Take notice that should you fail to comply with the demands outlined herein within the stipulated time frame, we are instructed to pursue all available legal remedies against you without further notice. This will include the initiation of proceedings in the Supreme Court of Judicature of Jamaica for defamation, together with applications for injunctive relief and all attendant reliefs available at law. We trust good sense will prevail, otherwise fail to act at your own peril. Regards, Richardson Law Chambers.
Acting on behalf of the Member of Parliament and State Minister, Donovan Williams.
So, yeah, the peril part still a hold me. Well, let me drop Martha link in our chat. Guys, go and follow Martha. Alright. I'm sure someone go follow Martha Foundation. See the link there? She have 900. I'm not really know say have channel. Just go on here while I can subscribe. 977 subscribers over there. Martha Coopin Foundation. So you know say I give, she give back, ladies and gentlemen. You understand me? I encourage you to go subscribe to Martha Coopin Foundation. I'm going to drop the link on both platforms. You know, these are the times I wish I had the viewership I used to have. You know, where I have 400 people watching, 500 people watching, sometimes 1,000 people watching. Yeah, true. Because people like Martha and Martha definitely support this platform here. You see me, David, so. Yeah, man, I'm going to subscribe to Martha, ladies and gentlemen, Foundation. You can see the videos then where she put out and giving back to the people and through the foundation and stuff like that. So, yeah, man. And of course, with a foundation, you have to make sure you support it because obviously they must spend a lot of money to do the work that they're doing in charity. So support these types of initiatives, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? We're gonna move on. We are waiting on the response from Rosie Hamilton. And I heard Head Boy come on Andrew's show and spoke about Rosie. So Head Boy look like Head Boy I back Rosie 100% and telling her, come over to this side. I want her to respond today. Immediately. That's what I want. I am looking forward to hearing her respond immediately. You understand? Who is going to watch? Who is going to watch Favor Williams? Who don't want to hear Favor Williams? Who don't make me know, you know? Who don't want to hear me can play, but I never intended to watch it. After Andrew is going to play gimmicks, I'm like, man, listen, this don't make no sense, man. You know, whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is, Jamaica. Andrew Honest came out with some things that are critically hypocritical. This part, wholeness links moral discipline to economic risk. Wholeness links moral discipline to economic risk. Hear this, Jamaica. Prime Minister Wallace says the decaying morals and values in Jamaica are negatively impacting the country's economic future. Jamaica, the man is not certified. The man is not certified. Talk about looking in the mirror. He's calling on the church to help the government strengthen the country's social fabric, which he says forms the part of the government's transformational agenda. You mean the church that is moved? Well, I can't even say the church, because who is the church? You mean the individuals them were him rub shoulder with? The Prime Minister was speaking at the 50th anniversary celebrating Service of Deliverance Evangelistic Association at the Faith Cathedral. I'm just going to make it categorically clear, whether you're a pastor or whatever. If you are rubbing shoulders with Andrew, I don't trust you. I question your moral. I question everything about you, even your claim to be connected to God. I question all of that. Any pastor, any bishop, anybody that link with Andrew in his current modus operandi, with a minister of government pouring rum on the bus, with the candle lighting and the rituals, I question anybody that is in any form of religious stance or so-called religious stance or position. I question your moral. You cannot spread moral if you don't have any. Yeah, you can't do that. I can be very honest about my sins, you know, man. I don't claim to be a saint. I don't claim to be saved. I don't claim none of those things. You understand? But we can recognize right from wrong because we were taught through our good parents. You understand? Yeah. We recognize. He says, according to Prime Minister, there's a decay of moral values in the society. Then if the government is pushing over in the country, no, seriously, you know, say Pastor Jeffrey Shuttleworth must say something about this. Pastor Jeffrey Shuttleworth must say something about this, you know. Hold on there, man. Hold on there, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. You must say something about this Jamaica. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. I know say him say something about Andrew one part of his speech, can I play that? I remember hearing him say recently, always treat people with respect. Eagle versus the dragon. I prove that, man. Alright, let me play this.
Pertaining to the dragon. A dragon is not able to produce enough oil.
Oh, we played that already when I talk about China. How the geopolitical situation in Iran affect China bottom line in terms of them earning. We did play that already. This part here, so now.
Team from the boulevard, where there was this lady who every morning team from the boulevard, where there was this lady who every morning she passed them as if they don't exist, claiming to be exercising. Guess what? One morning, and the lady testified on air, not the one who is the subject of this illustration that I'm lifting up before you, but the one who leads the peaceful, purposeful, persistent prayer protest in that vicinity. And so this lady, every morning, religiously, just walked past them, sometimes looking at them with scorn. But guess what? God would have had it that she fell right, just dropped down so, right next to them one morning. And the very same people that this lady skinning up her nose at, they were the same ones to help her. Number one, go next door to get food because they discovered that she is a diabetic and her blood sugar was low. So they went across, right, to a home near to them to get something sweet for her. Then one of them took her home, the same lady. Of course, the Good Samaritan there is coming out to play. Yeah? And then they noticed that she wasn't coming out anymore. So they were concerned. And one from among them went to visit to check upon her.
Wow.
Now, I am lifting this out as we had commended the team, because that's what Jesus would have done, and that's the story of the Good Samaritan at play, right there. But the point I'm making is, that lady, and I hope she learned her lesson, passing by and claiming to be a born-again believer, see the people standing there and ignore them, behave as if they don't exist, not even to say good morning. And it's the very same people who had to turn around and help her. That's the kind of apathy that exists in Jamaica. I can tell you about it as we go to the different communities. On Sunday, for example, we were way in the rural parts there, just outside of Hartford, right? In a place called Maros, in rural Westmoreland. And you saw that coming out. It was the average people who came out in large numbers. The so-called churchgoers, the religious folk. They didn't come out. Now, the judgment that is intensifying. You saw what happened with Melissa. You see how many churches got damaged? You see how many so-called believers' homes were decimated? Even now, some of them also, they would have lost loved ones. You ain't seen anything yet. The devastation is going to be unlike any other. And the churches, not just the buildings, but the people who continue to resist God and to refuse to do what He has called them to do. In being salt and light, the Lord is going to deal with such persons, as He will be dealing with the oligarchs and others. But what was also key about the man's testimony this morning was that even though the house that he was in, and this is critical, was rocking as if it was just going to go to pieces, nothing happened to it. It was sound after the earthquake, while most of the other things around him were shattered, dead bodies all over. The house that he was in, yes, it was rocking and shaking, but it held firm. That's what foundation, strong foundation is, and that's what the fast has been doing. I can tell you this. Those of you who would have scoffed at the fast, and I know many of you did, yes, and we shall see what we shall see. I'm going to say it one more time. We shall see what we shall see. Because the Lord made it clear also that the fast is critical in addressing foundation, strengthening the foundation because of what is up ahead. There are so many things that are up ahead. People's heart will fail them. They will be confused. They will not know where to turn, what to do, except those who have been following His instructions. So scoff at the fast man and criticize. We shall see what we shall see team from the boulevard, where there was this lady who every morning.
Very interesting. Oh wow. What? Wrong thing to do this.
The life you live now will determine the life you live after death. You stay there. All of you listening me out there. So talk foolishness. Boy, you live it, you're living it up because you live one life. You will see many of those who have died, in fact, all of them, all the people who have died now, they are those who did not believe in Christ and believe in his word. They now have a rude awakening because they're realizing that them just start live. Because you're now talking about an eternity, right? Eternity in torment, in torment. Yes, that's what I want to say. Eternity in torment when you live a life outside of Christ, on this side of life. Talking stupidness. So, when the church forgets that Jesus could return at any moment, spiritual complacency often follows, and the urgency to live for eternity begins to fade. In this way, the silence surrounding prophecy does more than leave a gap in biblical teaching. What it does is that it subtly changes or reshapes the mindset of the church itself and the society itself, so that the so-called bad man out there don't think twice. He might have a Bible and New Testament in his pocket, but he don't think twice. Because he feels so well, man I got dead. And when he dead, that is it. But if he was hearing more of the prophetic messages,
True,
the fear of God would have been upon him, because him know say, okay, he might go do badness, yes, he might go dead, but him understand that if he might get it right on this side of life, dog name him supper, the devil name him supper too,
yeah,
breakfast, lunch and dinner, because when him go over to the other side, which death opens that door for you to go into the other side of life, so to speak, is torment, damnation, and there is no return. You can't change it. You will be condemned eternally in that position, being alive to feel the pain and all. And it is called hell. And there are some pastors who talk rubbish that they don't believe in hell. One of these days I will do a teacher, well, I don't know, maybe a series on that. So as I close to have the team members chime in, the silence surrounding prophecy does more than leave a gap in biblical teaching. What it also does is that it subtly reshapes the mindset of not only the church but people at large. And that reality is one of the most disconcerting of indicators of the spiritual condition of our time. One of the greatest misconceptions in the modern church is the idea that Bible prophecy is optional. And you hear it in some churches and you hear it from some pastors. Any pastor who say that they need to have their heads examined.
Whoa.
Some view it as a secondary doctrine. Again, you need your head to be examined, pastor, if you ever come to that conclusion. The life you live now will determine the life you live after death. You stay there.
Sorry about that. My bad.
All of you listening me out there. So talk, you need your head to be examined, pastor, if you ever come to that conclusion.
All right. Yeah, it did finish. So those are the video, but this is the one that he put out about Andrew. This one right here.
At the Prime Minister, quote, at the Prime Minister, quote, Madam Speaker, before anything else, we acknowledge with gratitude, humility, and reverence that God's hand was upon this island and that we were...
Oh no. Oh man, bro, I just messed up.
Quote, Madam Speaker, before anything else, we acknowledge with gratitude, humility, and reverence that God's hand was upon this island and that we were spared the full measure of what Melissa could have done. But alongside grace, Proverbs 22 verse 3 tells us that a prudent man foresees danger and takes precautions. Jamaica took precautions, not only in the hours before landfall, but in the years before the storm. I'm going to stop there. You have got that wrong, Mr. Prime Minister. I'm going to say it one more time. You have got that wrong. Because what is up ahead, talking about Melissa should not have happened. You mention your quoting, and it's a dangerous thing to quote scripture, to quote the Bible. And someone who is listening to me now need to record what I'm saying and send it to the Prime Minister. It is dangerous, absolutely dangerous, to be quoting scripture when in truth and in fact you have no regard for it, neither are you prepared to submit to it. It is tantamount to anyone, for example, Satan, quoting the scripture, but at the same time is not submitting to the word of God. So let us look on that particular scripture that you just tack on to your presentation. Proverbs 22 and verse 3, hear the word of the Lord. A prudent man foreseeth the evil and hideth himself, but the simple pass on and are punished. So the big question is, who is a prudent man? And when the Bible says prudent man, obviously that noun man is generic, rarely. So it's speaking to human being, male or female, a prudent person. The word from which prudent comes is the word arum. Arum. So when a man, a woman, a person, a leader has prudence, one of the first virtue or set of virtues that would become a part of your modus operandi, your consciousness, is that it widens or expands your sight. And it is three-dimensional. So I'm going to go a little bit further now. It gives you what is called 3D sight. 3D sight. That is three-dimensional sight. In the form of insight. That's number one. Number two, hindsight. Number three, foresight. Now from this, you get wisdom. So, wisdom. Prudence. If you have prudence, if you are operating in prudence, it means that nation becomes frontal in your mind. You recognize nation, that nation, whatever you seek to do, and especially if you're a prime minister, the nation under God must come first. Where a leader is prudent, the leader will have the fear of God.
True.
So this matter of the 3 consecutive days of national mourning, fasting, prayer, and repentance, a prudent leader would immediately consult with God and say, God, is this of you?
You hear that?
And would want so to do.
So, the amount of persons that I've mentioned to Andrew that the country need to go under 3 days fasting, prayer, and repentance. The apostle is saying what he should have done was consult God and ask God, is this of you? God would have answered him, and then he would have done what he was supposed to do. But so many men and women of God has said this to him. You guys remember the lady in the pandemic that he tried to convince that God made the joke, and he was just pretty much arguing around the lady, getting instruction directly from God, saying that she should not take the joke. He will protect her. Yeah, that's what Andrew Wallace did. He argued down the lady, and she's a pastor, as a matter of fact. Crazy work. Crazy work.
Leader would have seen a Melissa coming and would know what to do. A prudent leader would have known that right now Jamaica is under judgment. A prudent leader would have seen that there would have been a war and wars in the Middle East, and thereby make appropriate provisions instead of now reacting. A prudent leader would have known that Venezuela would have been attacked because God would have showed us. Yes, and you would take mitigating measures. A prudent leader would know that Jamaica is ripe for a massive shaking from an earthquake, which is pending, and would begin to mobilize the people accordingly. A prudent leader would not embrace the beast system, but would recognize the beast system for what it is. A prudent leader would not have embraced ID 2020, which is now called NIDS in Jamaica and NIC. A prudent leader would recognize that a digital society is not a safe society. It's fickle. It's brittle. It is not resilient. It is about controlling the people. A prudent leader would know that seeking to build a digital society is building on sand. A prudent leader would also know that cashlessness is not of God, and it is a form of enslavement, putting the masses into enslavement and impoverishment. A prudent leader would understand that the best way of fighting crime and violence is not through physical weapons and weaponry and cameras and all such, and utilizing Starlink and all of those things, but rather the heart, seeking to capture the hearts of the people under God. Because once their hearts are transformed, then the entire person becomes transformed. A prudent leader would not believe that by killing the young men, wanton killing of young men, that would solve crime and violence. A prudent leader would not turn a blind eye to abortion. Over 20,000 babies being killed each year in Jamaica. A prudent leader would not have taken a humongous salary increase while the masses out there have to settle for crumbs. Linz, I could go on and on. So I'm going to close now. And I'm going to say for one more time. One more time. Don't play with the Bible. Do not play with the Bible, Mr. Prime Minister and others, including some churchmen and women. Don't play with the Bible. The Bible is a serious book. And every word of the Bible carries weight. And so I would say to the Prime Minister, I want you to go back and read that verse. And then I would like you to look at your budget presentation and use that verse as a prism, as a mirror, and I want you to look into it and begin to ask yourself some serious questions. How do I measure up to the yardstick of prudence?
Wow.
I rest my case. I thank you very much. The Prime Minister quote.
The apostle came out strong against Andrew. Jamaica, I'm looking at an article that is very disturbing. I'm telling you. According to the Gleaner, a Jamaican man who is a member of the Royal Turks and Caicos Island Police Force was arrested on Saturday after he was allegedly found with several rounds of ammunition. Authorities there have revealed he is also a former member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force. Jamaica, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up, Jamaica. Can't make this up. Oh, yeah.
Sir, could you please tell your enablers that I will speak on you whenever and however? Mr. Ones, morning. Sir, could you please tell your enablers that I will speak on...
Before me go there, sir, you guys notice how the police force I get exposed in an illegal activity? And it's not just Jamaica. Look at this case in Turks and Caicos. It's not just Jamaica. It's not just Jamaica. Several rounds of ammunition. Found in his luggage. His luggage. This is insane. This is insane. This is the police we're talking about. A former member of the Constabulary Force. Paradise. Who? Andrew is who for God? I think you're on the wrong channel. I don't. Andrew is not my God. I don't worship Andrew. I don't revere Andrew. I don't even respect him. I don't even respect him. My name is marred in so much nastiness. I don't even respect him. I don't. Anybody that's closely associated with him, for me personally, their character is marred. Guilty by association. I think you're on the wrong platform. Is your first time here? Have you watched my videos? I think I'm going to invite you to watch my videos. That's crazy. Find a clip of me defending Andrew Ones. Worship who? Man.
Ever and however, and whenever I feel like stopping or whenever there's nothing to speak on about you, that's when I will stop, because I don't know why it hurt them so.
Where are they? A military plane with 125 aboard crashes in Colombia. At least 77 injured. Wow. Whose military plane? Who? Them just say a military plane, but them not say which part. Interesting.
Because I asked a simple question, we forget the $20 water. But I forgot. We have two laws in this country, one for the rich, one for the poor. Two of everything is in this country. So therefore we have two kind of places where we can get water. Rich people can get the water for $20, but poor people have to pay $100 for it. Sorry, but I have to speak on it. And more, I'm telling you something. We don't want to come bright on yourself and talk about, everything the man do, she feel like the man shit this. If the man no shit on you, listen. You can't stop me from enjoy the beef and the teeth. You can't stop me from...
Where you say Bolo election 2027? Where are you getting this from? I don't know how them defend him either. How them defend Andrew. Saturday, where are you getting this from? I don't know why I have water in my eye. I'm not crying, but for some reason I them a dry up. I think I have to turn off the fan there. I don't know if fan they blow away. What you say about election 2027? Where are you getting that from? Did you listen to that? You're talking about the prophecy by or before 2027? I'm not calling Sassy because she seemed very excited. Sassy seems very excited, y'all. It's me again. Enough more. Andre show done. I'm gonna hear what I'm going. Let me go hear what is going on. BDTV. I'm still live.
I really need that to really because. Good afternoon, Ishmael. How are you?
Come out.
All right, thank you, caller.
Thank you.
All right. Check him.
When labor rights shall persecute.
Thank you so much. Yes, man. What's to bring
Anything when I look
what
for
Donovan Williams said? Prips somebody.
Remember I said she break chains, she can.
Yes.
She break chains.
Yes. So
Yes.
Mom. Is she even here? I doubt if she's even here. Hold on there. When I time me look, I'm gonna see her now. And she not even tell me so she left the house.
Anywhere at all.
Yeah,
I think we need an exclusive with you. We need an exclusive. Them can't do nothing.
And let me tell you, for a lot of us, we know say Rosalie used to beat and bruise the PNP. But you say, save us to the light. And save us to the light.
Yes, man.
Listen, we welcome your
We
Rosie.
all fall short of the glory of God. We've all sinned.
Amen.
The Lord
Amen.
says forgive 70 times 7. Listen, we will forgive.
Break it down a little more. 70 times 7 calculate to about 490.
Yes.
That's enough 490 times your PNP.
Yes, call it so. Call it so.
We can't forgive
Call
you,
it so.
Rosie. And Rosie, the next time you talk, tell me things about Lawrence Rowe.
Yeah, hey! Because member good enough. Member good enough.
Yes.
But Mr. Marsh, member good enough. Them have one from down a Papine where decides she got change floor. And them accept her.
Yes.
Them have one from down a Central Kingston now say a change floor.
Yes.
And them accept him. Them have one. Them have two all the way to Westmoreland. We say them a change floor. And them accept them.
Yes.
Nothing is wrong, Rosalie. Nothing is wrong. We will forgive thee.
Yes.
Come, give the exclusive, man.
Make we twist the word around, no? FORJV, forgive. No, we can't near give you, you know, if you come, we near give you. We near give you.
Yeah,
we
come.
Give you.
We give you near.
Yes, come, Rosie, come. Yes,
man.
Come.
Yes, man. So
come. You are weary, come on. Earnestly, tenderly, PNP is calling. Calling for never right to come home.
Right.
Shut up. Be gone later.
March, we are march.
Listen, I am of the opinion, and I'm being honest here. Rosalie, I think you should give PDTV an exclusive interview. Come talk, cause them can't do you nothing. Come with your evidence and everything, and come lego your mouth. Come talk, Rosalie. Rosalie, you know certain media houses will not give you any airtime. Come and speak. Anywhere you're there, if I even over the phone, come and speak. Come and speak, I say. Speak. You have your constitutional right to speak. Come and speak. Afternoon.
Hello?
Hi, how are you?
Hello?
Yeah, good afternoon, Richmond. You know, it's funny, right? You know, the lady come out and talk something, right? And they want to slap her with a lawsuit. Them have some lawsuits to say Ishmael, them call slap suits, SLAPP. And these lawsuits are meant, right, to shut down. Them no want no really litigation. But them more say, any of them carry to court. More will be exhibited, but now what them want for come out. So it's just a matter of trying to shut the lady down, you know, that she not talk no more. That's what this is all about.
Yeah.
Nothing more.
Yeah.
Them know say the lady, I mean, she not fly by night counselor. She have her status.
Yes,
You understand?
yes. Yes.
And this is what? She have her status. You understand me?
Yes,
And
yes.
a lot people believe her. So this now is to shut her down. That she not open up the can no more and let out not more. This is what this is all about. Trust me. So Rosie, talk out of your nice, good, clean mouth.
All right. All right.
Yeah.
All right, Carla, take it easy. Yes, thank you for calling Midday Connections. Afternoon, Chief. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Yeah, Ishmael. Right, my 2 cents to this thing. I see the Tutsi boy call and want this, you know.
Yeah.
We just don't understand them. Right? Because the last time PMP name called up in a something, right? Doing fast with a lady, right?
Yes.
No corruption.
Yes.
No thief in the money. So I don't see why I call over here and come disrespect on them. That's why we can't bother with them labor right yesterday, no.
No, man, I not meds none of them, you know. I am comfortable. I'm good, man.
I'm
good.
about this thing where the big corruption where take place right now where and a PMP come out with it.
Yeah.
But you forgot one person named Ishmael.
Oh.
You forgot the one at St. Catherine where they go over to the JLP too.
Who that? You remember who?
The one from St. Catherine when they talk about a dual citizen and she switched from PMP to JLP and them that bury her over there.
Me I try to find the part of Saturday.
Me not even have to say nothing. Talk to me now, mama.
What is more feliz, you know? What is more feliz?
Mama,
watch the joke.
Mama, between me and you, just. But mama, just call her, you know. Call her and make sure you know say who I talk to her over here. Yeah? Call her.
I start with some of them.
Hey.
You make a weep and mourn. You make a big grief.
All right, mama. Thank you. Say.
You understand? And Rosie gonna say right. And if I get enough class over, is that I have his PNP, minute up and down with my grandfather speech party.
See
it?
Oh, wow.
Rosie not telling a lie, but you are the truth.
Hold on. Is Sharon here website in the comments or something? Why everybody calling her name over here? Talk to me now.
Yep, she have evidence and she not telling her she had the truth. And that the work country now. Get them more of the money. That's why you have to come talk and to be shut him mouth.
Okay. All right. Thanks, mama. All right. Yes, afternoon. Midday Connections. Talk to me.
Ishmael, may I call back? Sharing your website, share the lady where they must switch from PNP and go.
Okay.
You don't like that. But yeah, what may I say to you? Ishmael, you know, see nothing yet. You know, hear me say, listen. Remember, Andres, prepare for what is to come in.
Yes.
And Ishmael, you remember that they start there?
Yes, man.
What is to come and what is to come. You know, we have one election 2027.
All
you know,
right. Me hear you say it.
Emergency. Because who have to go step down, who are going to get locked up, the election have to go call.
All right.
And hold it more than it are. Wait till everything come out. Wait till everything come out.
All right, mama.
And start. 2026 a year of expose.
All right, mama.
A year to expose them and then 2027 election call. I want to see you.
All right, mama. Thanks so much. Listen.
No, Mr. Saturday I talk about. Oh my God. Why? Woo! Lord of mercy. Lord have mercy. It is getting spicy, ladies and gentlemen. Can you imagine? Wow. What a thing, what a thing. What a day, what a day. What a day, what a day. Let me go back to my good friend, London 45.
Enjoy spilling the beans and the thief and the liar. Okay? More on. You guys are so blind to see that the Prime Minister go in the Parliament and make a fool of the Jamaican people. When he in a Parliament, I say, what if it $20? Only not to say appear nonsense, Mr. Honest.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, Glenn, that's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, Peter Chambers did tell them. No, that's a fact.
Go in a Parliament, go talk. Nothing that Mr. Honest says in the Parliament make any damn sense. He's an idiot. Okay, he's an idiot, and just like I said, the person's always going to break down the behavior of both of them in the Parliament. I'm sure they won't have anything good to say about Mr. Honest, because Mr. Honest didn't make any sense in Parliament. He's just going to be a bitch and throw shades. He have no interest at heart for the Jamaican people, especially the poor ones like myself here. This man don't care about women at all. Look how much things Mr. Honest want to take the local money and bill. He want to build new Parliament. He can't find nothing to do with the money. He want to build new Parliament now. And people still displace an outer door down at Westmoreland. You have 130 persons that I'm in dialogue with, we say the program said they are not qualified to get any Melissa hurricane relief. And that is funny, because when the people that send their money from foreign come to Jamaica, if you come help the people them, it weren't about who qualify from or not, it's to help the victims.
True.
And persons down there who are victims still not getting help because broad every claim that they're not qualified.
How people send their money for help Jamaican victim, and then the government determine who is qualified to get help. Wow. Interesting.
Okay, so yes, me I got up in the business. Why is it that you want to take the money go build new Parliament when people still out the door? When we still not have no bed in the hospital them? When we still not have no ambulance? When we still need, listen, this country needed so many things.
True,
okay, that the poorer class of Jamaicans should be benefited from. It's untold. Okay, the story is not fully told. Nothing not there for the poorer class of Jamaicans. Everything that is here and everything that Mr. Honest is putting out have to do with the rich Jamaicans, the elite, and investor friend them. When we see there is also
Jamaica, I'm find back the old clip where me I look for. Yeah, me couldn't find it on Atta Press, but I find it on my page. You remember this?
Okay, ladies, and yeah, she's.
And one thing I can tell you, I am a keen observer.
Play the tape with Rosie, Jamaica. That's at the
TC, you know, I observed everybody in this party.
All right, Mama.
And one thing I can tell you, I am a keen observer. You see, when me talk is when I choose to talk. I like to observe.
Yeah.
It's 3 years ago. I stood up at Pembroke School and said to the people, to the party, you're going in the wrong direction. Going in the wrong direction doesn't mean in government. I said the party. Meaning the MPs have no respect for the people that elect them. And they becomes God unto themselves.
Oh my goodness.
And them deal with people anyhow, and them feel like, and listen, it don't matter who the person is. When you're in a party, it don't matter what status you have.
Yes.
You are a party member.
Yes.
And you are supposed to be treated like everybody else.
Right.
The leader of the party, the chairman, the deputy chairman, the general secretary, those are leadership of the party.
Right.
And not even them any respect is shown to.
My God.
And I talked to them and I told them that, listen, this thing not right. And say what anybody want to say. I deliberately put these voice notes into the group because In the group, Information Media, you have 63 constituencies in it. And these are voices from all over Jamaica. That means if Era Council 1 didn't have a problem by itself, it's all persons from Era Council would have voice. These are voices from every constituency. From St. Thomas, from Clarendon, from Manchester, from Westmoreland, from St. Elizabeth, all voices in the group. Yeah. It cannot be accident. Something is literally wrong in the party. Yes. And that is what the attention needed at this time. Yes. Where an election is around the corner. And all we can be doing is running around begging the workers. The workers, them upset. And I put some voice notes in the group with a discussion in there yesterday because I just happened to come home last night and going through the group and see them. And I start put them in the group. Where the chairman for Era Council 1, Winston Ennis, have to be telling the people them in the group, so regardless of what, you know, have to vote JLP, because PNP can't do no better. I have no problem. Personally, me, Rosie, have no problem with the party or the government. I have problems with individuals who enter the Jamaica Labour Party and feel that them can get up and talk to people anyhow and do anything, and you as a little councillor gal, you must accept what they say and do. I refuse to accept and do what people want me to accept. And nobody carry me in a Labour Party. My father grew me up in a Labour Party. And I can tell anybody, I will leave Labour Party when I want to leave it. Nobody can make me leave Labour Party. So them can go out there and them can spread all kind of rumor them want, because me hear every rumor where them are spread. Me no like the leader, me no this, me no that, me hear everything. Me not come out there come tell nobody say, me love the leader for them to satisfy. Nobody can tell me nothing about Andrew Holness. Me fight for him. Miss Andrew Holness gained my respect and loyalty from Mr. Siaga. And me never tell Andrew when me Mr. Siaga. And me never tell Andrew when me I go out a street go fight for him. Him only hear when me fight. He never pay me for fight for him, because me a loyalist to my party. And what me believe in. Me could have take money in the leadership race. I was offered money and I don't take it, and good money to give them half of the delegate in a Central Kingston. When Chin did I support the other side, I'm a war with Chin for Andrew get them. Nobody can come tell me nothing. And if I have a problem, I'm going to talk about it, and nobody can muzzle me. Because of that, me see, them I try to do in the party. I try to muzzle people not to talk. Mr. Siaga never grow we so. Mr. Siaga allowed us to speak our mind, and he listened. And Andrew is that person. You can tell the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, anything that you think, and he might not do what you say, but he will listen. But you have some people around Andrew where claim say them loyal, where I go on like say them can talk up and them can do. Me well want them take me on. Me a talk for them take me on and them not take me on. Them a grumble. And a grumble, no for grumble, no for come out and talk. Because me can tell you no, now come through back door in a Labour Party and come put out the people them who risk them life and stayed with this party when uno go to college, go get no education and never go there for politics. The people them were in a politics, stayed in politics and learn the politics and loyal to the politics and loyal to the people who love politics most. Poor people, because rich people not loyalty to politics. Anywhere the tide go, I did them go. And me, Rosalie Hamilton, born in a poor community, me never grow up broke and hungry. Me never grow up broke and hungry. But me born and grow in a poor community. And anybody can tell you the history when me have as a counselor, Edward Siaga alone have that history of serving them constituency. Nobody else. So me not make foot on a talking one talk deter me from talk about Buster Party where inform. Uno now mash up Buster Party and expect people to sit down. And because uno intellect, uno for come do as uno like, and people for shut up their mouth. Uno can't make me shut up my mouth. And TC, the truth is, the party is gone. And I don't know what it will take to resurrect it. Because even in my own constituency, that, you know which part me upset with, Andrew? When I go to the party after 1 year and tell them what going in the constituency, and it a mash up. People like the one, Delroy Williams. If Delroy had taken a stand as the era council deputy chairman and Winston Ennis, and the deputy leader, Desmond McKenzie, he might tell me, say him never know them things that did go on in the constituency. Nobody told him. I don't believe him. Because a whole heap of constituency go to them era council and talk to them about the member of parliament them, and no action was taken because it's something the whole of them organized to do. To disrespect the people them and angle them like dog. And now election are come. The leader of the party after the house to house. The leader of the party have to go up on platform and beg the workers them to support the party. That should never be. No leader Labour Party never have to do that. When the MP them done damage up the seat them, Mr. Siaga fire them, run them way. So you can stay the talk. Because me not talk to, and me you come talk to. You talk to me and make me address you, because I wait for you.
You talk to me. Smart.
Jamaica. Delroy Williams, a Donovan Williams brother that you know. So are the two Williams brother. No, where she have problem with. That one them more different, you know, it have to do with managing a party or whatever. But you notice what she said about the party? She don't know how to take for resurrect the party. You hear what she said about the MP them, then go on like them a God. But who are their leader? Like a leader of a party, you know, guides and influences the people that are behind him. His personality, if they truly are in support of their leader, you're going to see them take on the leader's personality. If you notice how the People's National Party member them conduct themselves in a parliament, outside a parliament, no bagga, no two mouth. Don't call me no bagga. I clean and a pure winner. I clean and a pure winner.
Deaf on anybody, so let me make that very clear. I'm Carl Samoda, a shining star.
Alright, so I'm not going to go no further with that. But that are the audio I want to find from Rosalie. Rosalie talk some things in the audio there. If I may have it now, may have it like you now. Anytime I want to reference it, but we can reference it. Guys, make sure you become a member of the platform if you see the option to do so on Bolo VNR 2.0. When the head of this stream, the whole body, when the head sick, the whole body I go sick. Achoo. That's why the Bible talk about if you have a finger, you have to chop it off. You know, have to see that literally, but at the same time, you know what I mean? We understand what it means. So, why? This is very interesting, Jamaica. This whole situation is very interesting. Let's continue.
He's also trying to pass a law in a parliament for him go sell out the rest at the beach. For him go sell out the rest of the beach for poor people. Jamaica the only country in the world where private owners block off the beach from the public.
Yeah, and it's like Jamaica turn one big old prison. There's a lot. Thank you, Matthew. There's a lot. Thank you for the super chats with it. There's a lot of advocates out there that are fighting on behalf of the beaches, not just like in the courts. Can you imagine you're on an island that is a prison? You can't just take a walk to the beach. You have to pay to go up on the beach. So you're locked in, you're landlocked. That's what's happening to Jamaica, you know? Jamaica is being landlocked. One big prison. This government that on Jamaica, you know? Slowly but surely.
I'm gonna check that out. Jamaica is the only place in the world where we're not free to go to the beach as we like.
Crazy work.
Them sell out the beach them to private owner. Everything gonna jump up and come talk about who did sell out, who did sell. Wanna see who sell out the whole of the freaking country now? Mr. Owner sell out from a body to the country, to the beach. What else is left for him to sell?
Alright, so a Florida man was arrested on child molestation charges after 36 years. This is in Florida. 36 years ago, apparently, the man committed the crime. 36 years after, he's being charged, ladies and gentlemen.
This man sell out him soul. What is it that Mr. Honest done in the 11 years for showing us him care about the Jamaican people? When Portia Simpson did a fly up and down, when Portia did a fly from China to Yasa, don't you see the benefit what she was doing with foreign partners? Tell me, all the fly Mr. Honest a fly. What benefit you guys see what I do with foreign partners to Jamaica? All him do him go hug up wall, push note in a wall, pray in a wall, and bring back the people them come here to come kill off the Jamaican people.
Bangarang, Bolo.
You know, so Mr. Honest to go form alliance with the world enemy, Israel. So that is to show you what Mr. Honest's interest. Where is his interest? Because guess what happened? He might legalize Obia. So this man is
and then he talk about morals. Boy, I don't know, yeah, man. The man actually a push for legalize Obia. Are you talking about the moral decadence of the country? You are a sick person, man. Aren't you honest? Is a sick individual. Anyway, there are people facing criminal charges for alleged role in multi-million-dollar bank fraud and suspected money mule operation, authorities announced on Monday. Ashanti Johnson, 24, Kevin Bentley, 37, and David Brevet, 54, have been charged with breaches of the Proceeds of Crime Act, the Larceny Act, and the Cyber Crimes Act. The Finance Investigation Division, FID, disclosed in a statement. All three have been released on bail and are scheduled to appear before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court April 10th. They were arrested during coordinated operations conducted by the FIB, the police in Kingston and St. Andrew and Clarendon between March 17th and 19th. Momzell, that's you? It's alleged that all three participated in a fraudulent scheme that involved unauthorized access to bank accounts and the transfer of funds accounts maintained by other players. Detailed of the allegation and the amount of money involved were not publicly disclosed by the FID. The FID noted that this type of activity is common in financial crimes, where funds obtained from fraud are quickly funneled through seemingly legitimate personal or business accounts in an effort to disguise its origin, frustrate investigators, or distance perpetrators from the stolen money. Once criminal funds are deposited in legitimate accounts, they may then be withdrawn, transferred, split across multiple accounts, or used in other transactions designed to conceal the money trail. The statement said. The FID said in many cases, no, I just turn it off because something is dripping in the bucket. You can't turn it off. Yeah, so we turn it off. Turn it off. You notice the grass out there, so? You know, see it tear up. The big vehicle them can't come in the yard, you know. She coming back now. Yeah, so me did tell her, I was saying to her, to park out there, so she said, tell her if you come in, I sure I said, the grass and the landlord, the way the landlord stay about the grass are tear up. The vehicle them too heavy, them big old van they too heavy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so the FID, you know, hold on, God, Chung, listen to this, and this is a part I want to get to. Once criminal funds are deposited and transferred, split across, blah, 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 the FID said in many cases the account holder is either a willing participant or someone who has been manipulated, recruited, or deceived into acting as a money mule. So a money mule is a person that money is transferred to their account, whether they know it or not, what the money is illegal or not, they are a money mule. Dennis Chung, Chief Technical Director of the FID, urged the public to exercise proper due diligence when accepting deposits on behalf of others, especially in cases where it involves sharing debit card or personal information number. The proceeds of the Criminal Act defines criminal property as property obtained through criminal conduct and criminalizes all handling of such property. If you possess, transfer, or facilitate the retention of criminal property, you will be charged, Chung warned. The FID said criminal networks often target people with the promise of easy money or part-time payment processing work, or a request to help move funds using their personal account, and appealed to young professional job seekers and unemployed persons to be cautious. It said ignorance is not a defense where criminal property is concerned. I like how Dennis Chung come right out. I am going to remember this article, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm going to screenshot this particular part that Dennis Chung said. Yes, you know why? Because I think it's going to come back around in regards to a certain individual's case that is at the FID that I will not name. This same argument of ignorance not being an excuse, I think is going to come up. You see how they are hard with persons that are poor people. We want the same energy for the wealthy people. Yes, man, that are manipulating the system, using their accounts as money mules, moving account from account. Even the same thing will happen with Ruel Reid and all them allegedly, well, not allegedly, according to the something, they must open up bank account for them maid and them gardener, and money and move through account and one bag of thing. So we want the same energy for the big wigs. Oh, my son, Jamaica? Okay, good. All right. Let's move on.
A devil, and then you see him go join alliances with Israel. So it's to show you that this man only unleash evil in our country. That is
a priest get 12 years in prison for sex with minor on church compound. Mighty God. A Catholic priest was found guilty of having sex with a minor on the compound of his church was on Friday sentenced only 12 years. Only 12 years. That's it. Thank you. Only 12 years, Jamaica. That's it. A priest, but they would have put him in there for life. No, if I was a judge, I would be judging you based off the premise that you deceive people, that you're a man of God. I would give you life imprisonment for something like that. 35 years to life. Yeah, man. 35 years to life, Jamaica. True. Right there. Oh, you're leaving? Okay. I was confused. I thought you mean I must tell her that you're not here. Exactly. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? No.
Go join international partner for do. We not see no good way to do for the poor class of Jamaican. All it is doing is enable he and his friends to be wealthy, while we stay a corner and a suffer. So no can't stop me from talking about the liar thief in man. Them no day, no time. Not even Mr. Honest himself can stop me from talking about him.
The Island Traffic Authority, ITA, is reporting that the electronic motor vehicle certification of fitness is going well. 446,610 digital certificates issued under the new system as of March 16. When I take digital ID in, when I take their system in, 446,000 now. No. Don't worry, man. You gotta go mash up that dolly house there. Gotta go mash up that dolly house there. Anyway, moving on.
And until you all understand that as a public servant that work for the people of this country, we have every right to criticize him, chat him, deal with him, ring him, dry him, and stuff him. We have every right, and there's nothing he can do about it. Nothing he can do about it. So, I don't understand why you all feel like someone can come up in my inbox and make a wake up and get sad for the rest of the day. No, I was born to be happy. Uno can't get under my skin, okay? My skin, and I want skin where uno can just get under. So, okay, I was born and given to humans to celebrate love and life and happiness. Me no born and come here if you come sad and be depressed, oppressed, okay, and act like I'm crazy. No, me look here, my skin thick, so uno can't come. Uno can't come. What is wrong with you all? What is wrong with you all? Can you not see? We don't have no rehabilitation center. Nothing there Jamaica for benefit the poor people. What is here? Look at the conditions of the roads. Look at the condition of the roads. But still them have a 1 million police out there. I look $1 billion. Right? They want to find every fault on your vehicle to give you a ticket, and the road is shit. Can't you see what is going on in this country? They don't care about the people. They don't care about the people. So when you come to talk about everything the man do is my problem, yes, it's going to be my problem. When we have a leader, we're going to parliament, if we go on a budget debate, go make a fool of himself and try to make a fool of the Jamaican people when he's going to come out and say $20 for water. He's just basically stating that because we're rich, we have our own water we can get for $20 on a poor son of... Go to hell. I noticed that you all trying to fight against... Case of water for $800 when you break it down, how much it is. Poor people can buy one case of water?
Exactly.
Poor people can buy one case of water?
Exactly.
You people are delusional. You people are sick. On a sick, my stomach on a wicked and dilated, full and have no sense. It's got to be a big joke. Look at it. Even the money that he claimed he spent, 67 billion, it's a blatant lie. Now they're trying to scramble to see what they can do. They're liars, they're thieves. You understand? And I don't see why you all want to come out here, come defend this wicked thief. Me not care. I can't stop me from chat about him. Mr. Honest and Bigfoot, the vase, the whole of them over there are criminal. Floyd Green, the whole of them are criminal. Join the crew, Donovan Williams, the whole of them are thief, them are criminal. See there? They're exposing themselves. They're exposing themselves. But like I always say, there's a restaurant that called Karma. There's no menu there, but the minute you sit, you get everything that you deserve. And karma never too late when it comes. Karma always come on time. So y'all can sit right there because you don't mean yourself no good. All you do no keep on a mean one man good, where is a billionaire when you give a shit about you. Him don't care about you. See there, him raise him pay to 300%, and him make sure say him take fee $28.6 million per year. But you see what Mackie G did? You see what Mackie G did with his raise? Gave 80% of it to the needy, and he kept 20%. You see, anytime Mr. Onus can take a leader footstep, then him can talk to him. Mr. Onus is not a leader, he is a bleeder, a wicked, a liar, a thief. That is what he is. He have no idea what a leader is. All Mr. Onus know to do is play dirty politics, that's all. And he know how to get to the persons who are uneducated with small mind. That's all him know for them. I hear him big up him social media warrior them, and it is funny. It is funny how you're going to big up your social media warrior them when all them out here with a mis and disinformation. That's why I tell you, so nobody can take a serious liar thiefing, man. But we're still out here in a car. We not stop till we put on your hat by your head, money launderer, big dirty money launderer prime minister. We are put on your hat by your head. I come talk about, oh you have anti. Actually you don't know how that hurts me to see you go parliament, go make a fool of yourself and fool of the people of this country. Boy, you have anti-bad mind at you piece of filth. You piece of filth more and
more. A blueprint for climate resilient coastal communities. North-South Highway Extension Project. Port Antonio, birthplace.
So, favor attack. I'm going to switch this to the computer and I'm going to hear what I want. See my people? Yeah, man. I'm going to turn on my Bluetooth too. Best thing that we can do right now. Yep. Best thing I can do right now. Definitely.
Ambitious housing program in the NHT's history will be rolled out, covering developments in St. Catherine, Trelawney, Manchester, Clarendon, Westmoreland, St. Mary, Kingston, and beyond. We will unlock urban potential. We will turn blighted urban spaces into vibrant community, featuring urban gardens, parks, and recreational areas accessible to all. We will have thriving centers for local businesses, arts, and culture, breathing new life into communities. We will create affordable housing and service centers that provide dignity and stability for vulnerable residents. Madam Speaker, I say again, Jamaicans can indeed expect a new and different Jamaica to unfold over the next 3 to 5 years, right before our very eyes. Madam Speaker, again, we have a builder with vision, a builder with integrity and energy, and a builder with a proven track record. Madam Speaker, the builder did not just give the vision. He gave a blueprint. But more importantly, the builder told Jamaicans how that vision will be financed.
Absolutely.
The US $6.7 billion package secured from our international partners, the World Bank, IADB, the IMF, CAF, and CBD, with $2.4 billion of that earmarked to crowd in the private sector, is a big part of that financing. Madam Speaker, this was a coherent package. international financing is in place. Never before in the history of Jamaica have we seen such a big financing package.
Never before.
Madam Speaker, of significance, our local financial markets, with the many reforms I announced in my opening budget speech, will have the greatest opportunity to participate in the rebuilding of Jamaica. Our Jamaica, rebuilt the way all of us want it to be, strong, resilient, and providing for the growth and development of industries and the people of Jamaica. Madam Speaker, I announced a raft of reforms in the financial sector that are expected to unlock capital for the reconstruction and resurgence of Jamaica. Madam Speaker, I wish to provide an update on pension reform. In addition to lifting of the limit for pension funds from 5% to 7.5% in the first instance, and then 10% by April of next year, to allow them to participate in local corporate and infrastructure financing. Madam Speaker, I promised the pension industry the implementation of phase 2 of the pension reform, which includes long-awaited changes such as portability, meaning when you leave a company and go to another company, your pension can follow you. Madam Speaker, I want to say to the President of the Pension Industry Association of Jamaica, I read your article in one of our daily newspapers. Like you, I want the pension reforms, phase 2, to be implemented. This is way past overdue. However, I want to say to you, you will be pleased to see how far along is the legislation, and I will schedule a follow-up meeting with you. Madam Speaker, in addition to the raft of financial sector initiatives designed to unlock capital while maintaining the guardrails on risk, is the government's commitment to implement the public procurement set-asides framework, which I announced in my opening budget speech. I am happy to say, Madam Speaker, that the Public Procurement Commission, the PPC, the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, the Ministry of Industry, Investments and Commerce, and the Development Bank of Jamaica will be coordinating to host a public meeting to prepare small businesses for government contracts. The meeting is designed to help entrepreneurs understand and access government procurement opportunities. The public meeting will show our entrepreneurs how to qualify. They will hear about registration and compliance, and they will hear directly from the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service, the Public Procurement Commission, the Development Bank of Jamaica, and the Ministry of Industry, Investments and Commerce, Minister Auburn Hill, and the Small Business Association. Madam Speaker, the executives of the Small Business Association came to see me in my office at the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service in January of this year, specifically on this matter of the public procurement set-asides framework. Madam Speaker, the opposition spokesman on finance made much regarding prior announcements on MSME procurement framework. He even came with newspaper articles. Well, opposition spokesman on finance, it is now being implemented. Yes, it is being implemented. I am pleased to note that since I met with the leadership of the Small Business Association, the Public Procurement Commission has been working on establishing and maintaining a verified list of qualifying small business suppliers so that they can easily identify eligible businesses when applying the set-asides provision. Work is underway. So, Madam Speaker, as a government, we say to small business owners, get ready. March 26 at 1 p.m. is the date, and Exim Bank's meeting room is the place. We're calling all micro enterprises with annual turnover below 15 million and small businesses with turnover between 15 million to 75 million to learn about the government's procurement process. This is a big deal, Madam Speaker. To think of it, Madam Speaker, we may have to open this meeting to the online platforms because I've already been receiving positive interest from small businesses from across Jamaica. Madam Speaker, I must confess, this is an announcement that gives me great joy to share details about, because now a company does not have to be big to bid. A company does not have to be big to bid for government procurement. The small contractor can now bid on projects within her company's capability. The tech startup can now have a fair chance to bid at digitizing records for our ministries, departments, and agencies. This is what this opportunity looks like under this administration, Madam Speaker. Small businesses will finally have a chance at government's procurement. Madam Speaker, it is no secret that I want to see more and more companies listed on the Jamaica Stock Exchange to create an even more vibrant market and open possibilities for more of our local businesses. I am pleased to announce, Madam Speaker, that the Jamaica Stock Exchange has established a stock market sandbox, which is a simulated market environment designed to prepare businesses for the realities of operating as a publicly listed entity. The sandbox will expose prospective companies to the reporting obligations, corporate governance standards, and regulatory expectations they will face once listed. This will be available starting April 17, 2026. Madam Speaker, the sandbox will provide a low-risk setting that allows companies to learn, adapt, and to build capacity before entering the live market. This innovation is expected to significantly improve the quality and readiness of businesses entering the micro and junior market, reduce compliance failures post-listing, and create a sustained, well-prepared issuer development pipeline for years to come. Madam Speaker, while this is happening, the Jamaica Stock Exchange is currently working in close partnership with the Jamaica Business Development Corporation, JBDC, to identify and prepare the first cohort of businesses for listing. An initial group of 25 entities that have successfully graduated from the JBDC's Accelerator Program, thank you, Minister Grange, has been identified as primary candidates. These businesses have already demonstrated a level of operational discipline and growth readiness. Madam Speaker, let me add my own congratulations to those businesses, and I look forward to sharing more on their successes as the program develops. Madam Speaker, I now take this opportunity to enlighten those who might have doubted our ability to navigate the world of digital trade. To them, I say the following. Firstly, many persons may not know, but Jamaica is the current chair of the UN task team on digitalization under the UN Committee of Experts on Business and Trade Statistics. This means the committee like globalization, digitalization, and statistical capacity building in member states. And this work is being led by one of our very own Jamaicans through the Bank of Jamaica. This is a very big deal. Madam Speaker, Jamaicans should be proud to know that Jamaica was featured in the 2023 edition of UN WTO OECD Handbook on Measuring Digital Trade, which included a case study on digital trade measurement involving Jamaica. The team's work looked at issues such as digital trade, e-commerce, and cross-border digital services. Much of the work the group is doing internationally focuses on the measurement issues governments around the world face when designing policies on digital trade and digital taxation. Madam Speaker, as the global economy becomes increasingly digital, countries must adapt how they understand and respond to new forms of economic activity. Services, Madam Speaker, already accounts for a substantial share of Jamaica's GDP, and an increasing portion of this activity is taking place through digital and cross-border channels. This is not simply a matter of getting revenues, but of ensuring that our economic systems are properly equipped to understand these developments. We're therefore strengthening our capacity to better measure and interpret digital economic activity so that our policies remain fair, balanced, and grounded in accurate information. Jamaica has provided global leadership on measuring digital economic activity. Having laid that context, Madam Speaker, let me say that the definition of digital trade has evolved to now where digital trade is defined as being digitally ordered and digitally delivered. Number two, digitally ordered and physically delivered. And number three, physically ordered and digitally delivered. Madam Speaker, definition number two, which is digitally ordered and physically delivered, are goods that we know that come into Jamaica through our ports and are already subject to taxes and duties. Obviously, these will not be the subject of any further taxes and duties as a result of the revenue measures. Madam Speaker, let me say it clearly. Digitally ordered and physically delivered trade was not included in our revenue measures. However, Madam Speaker, for measurement purpose, that is, when measuring digital trade in order to know how large is Jamaica's digital economy, definition number two is included. So, Madam Speaker, the size of Jamaica's digital economy is larger than the portion on which revenue measures are calculated. This definition that includes 1, 2, and 3 as per the screen is used by many countries, including Jamaica. Madam Speaker, in my opening budget presentation, I did speak to the impact on our local retailers of the competition they face with untaxed items coming onto our shores. The opposition spokesman on finance, rightly so, pointed to the increase in the de minimis threshold that this government implemented and asked if this was not policy contradiction. Madam Speaker, you will recall that as of April 1, 2024, the de minimis threshold in Jamaica was increased to US $100. Goods imported for personal or commercial use with a free on board or FOB value of $100 or less are exempt from custom duties and related taxes. If the value exceeds US $100, duties apply to the total CIF, and CIF means costs, insurance, and freight. Madam Speaker, let me put it straight to Jamaicans. When the de minimis threshold was increased from US $50 to US $100, it was not expected that we would see splitting up of orders to avoid taxes and duties. By splitting up, I mean the instances in which if you're ordering from the same vendor, instead of making one order, you make multiple orders. Take a scenario in which you're ordering 2 items and they cost $100 each. That's a total of US $200. Packaged and shipped in one package of $200, there would be tax on the CIF. Instead, what we're seeing is a splitting of the orders to fall within the US 100 de minimis allotment and an increase, Madam Speaker. Sometimes I could characterize it as a deluge in the number of US 100 and undervalued packages. Madam Speaker, the unforeseen consequence is that no revenues flow to the Treasury. And I must add, Madam Speaker, that is quite regrettable and was simply not the intent of the de minimis policy. Again, Madam Speaker, forgive me if I'm being pedantic, but it is imperative that everyone understands what I've shared. And when I draw a reference to our local retailers, it is because they are feeling the impact of untaxed goods coming in. And one way, well, they are feeling the impact. So, Madam Speaker, to the opposition spokesman on finance, I trust this explanation clarifies your assertion. Madam Speaker, the leader of opposition and the spokesman on finance both spoke to e-invoicing to generate additional revenues. Thank you for that. I welcome the public discussion on e-invoicing for all the benefits that it will provide, chief among them, improved tax collection and compliance, faster detection of fraud and anomalies, reduced administrative burden, better and timelier data. Madam Speaker, Jamaica has been on a journey in the modernization of tax administration, Jamaica, TAJ. The IDB has been a partner with the TAJ since 2014, when the Revenue Administration Information System, RAISE, began being implemented. Yes, Madam Speaker, the PNP government at the time started the modernization journey for the tax administration Jamaica. The RAISE system at the time represented a major effort to improve tax compliance, streamline tax collection services, and help Jamaica to transition from a largely manual process to a comprehensive web-based tax administration platform. We on this side, Madam Speaker, have continued that journey to include a significant upgrade of the system by March 2027 to, among other things, make it easier to navigate the TAJ's website. Cabinet approved the procurement recently. Madam Speaker, our journey is set to begin with the scoping work for e-invoicing based on the digital maturity level of the TAJ system. As you can see, Madam Speaker, many modules have been installed over the years, from e-registry to e-filing to e-payment through to virtual file systems. And those with the check marks are those in place. Now, Madam Speaker, having done all the work since 2014 to get to this point, the e-invoicing work can now begin. Thank you to the dedicated team at the TAJ. It is going to require use of advanced electronic signature, field standardization, meaning how the data is collected, online validation operation modules, invoice verification and will require technology to be deployed for interconnectivity between the taxpayer system and that of the TAJ. Because, as you can imagine, Madam Speaker, e-invoicing is massively more transactions intensive than anything the TAJ has done in its history. Madam Speaker, we expect for e-invoicing to take at least 2 to 3 years to roll out and be fully operational. As you can see from the slide, it has taken other countries with more resources a lot longer to roll out. So we are being very ambitious in our 2 to 3 years time frame expectation. So we would be looking at fiscal year 2028-29 to begin to see a working e-invoicing system in Jamaica. Madam Speaker, contrary to what the opposition spokesman on finance would have us believe, there are no revenues to be earned from e-invoicing that the opposition spokesman on finance could credibly include in the budget for this upcoming fiscal year. Or even the next fiscal year. Madam Speaker, it not go work. But Madam Speaker, let me say unequivocally that I welcome the discourse and the opposition's support and their positive stance for e-invoicing to be implemented in Jamaica with alacrity. I know we don't often see eye to eye on most matters, but on the need to move towards implementation of e-invoices, we can both claim that Jamaica will stand today. So, Madam Speaker, I turn now to the budget that the opposition spokesman on finance put forward. He said that electric invoicing system would deliver $8.6 billion in the upcoming fiscal year. He also, so Madam Speaker, I have to ask, what can go so? So, Madam Speaker, I want to say to the opposition spokesman on finance, there are no e-invoicing revenues that can be realistically expected in the upcoming fiscal year 2026-27, nor might I add in the next fiscal year to replace $8.6 billion of revenue measures. There is no magic bullet of e-invoicing gains that every global expert knows take years to materialize. So, Madam Speaker, I'm going to X out that figure, that 8.6 billion. Madam Speaker, this government will not gamble with the future of our country. Madam Speaker, we will not gamble with the future of our country. We do not seek to score cheap political points by entrusting the future of the vulnerable. I want to say to the opposition spokesman on finance, there are no e-invoicing revenues. So, Madam Speaker, I have to ask for e-invoicing to be implemented. Invoicing, that the opposition spoke to 3 years to roll out and be fully operational. Field standardization, meaning how the data is collected, registry to e-filing to e-payment through to virtual file systems. And those with the check marks are those in place. Now, Madam Speaker, having done all the work since 2014 to get to this point, the e-invoicing work can now begin. Thank you to the dedicated team at the TAJ. It is going to require use of advanced electronic signature, field standardization, meaning how the data is collected, online validation operation modules, invoice verification, and will require technology to be deployed for interconnectivity between the taxpayer system and that of the TAJ. Because, as you can imagine, Madam Speaker, e-invoicing is massively more transactions intensive than anything the TAJ has done in its history. Madam Speaker, we expect for e-invoicing to take at least 2 to 3 years to roll out and be fully operational. As you can see from the slide, it has taken other countries with more resources a lot longer to roll out.
Embarrassing.
So we are being very ambitious in our 2 to 3 years time frame expectation. So we would be looking at fiscal year 2028-29 to begin to see a working e-invoicing system in Jamaica.
Stop lying! Stop lying! Stop lying.
Madam Speaker,
stop.
Contrary to what the opposition spokesman on finance would have us believe, there are no revenues to be earned from e-invoicing that the opposition spokesman on finance could credibly include in the budget for this upcoming fiscal year.
Stop lying!
Or even the next fiscal year. Madam Speaker, it not go work.
He needs some milk.
But Madam Speaker, let me say unequivocally that I welcome the discourse and the opposition's support and their positive stance for e-invoicing to be implemented in Jamaica with alacrity. I know we don't often see eye to eye on most matters, but on the need to move towards implementation of e-invoices, we can both claim that Jamaica will stand today. So, Madam Speaker, I turn now to the budget that the opposition spokesman on finance put forward. He said that electric invoicing system would deliver $8.6 billion in the upcoming fiscal year. He also, so Madam Speaker, I have to ask, what can go so?
Stop lying! Stop lying! Stop
Hey y'all, please remember to hit the like button. I know y'all coming sometimes.
So, Madam Speaker,
and y'all forget, but the main thing
I want to say to the opposition spokesman and finance, there are no e-invoicing revenues that can be realistically expected in the upcoming fiscal year 2026-27, nor might I add in the next fiscal year to replace 8.6 billion of revenue measures. There is no magic bullet of e-invoicing gains that every global expert knows take years to materialize. So, Madam Speaker, I'm going to X out that figure, that 8.6 billion.
Stop lying! Stop!
Madam Speaker, this government will not gamble with the future of our country. Madam Speaker, we will not gamble with the future of our country. We do not seek to score cheap political points by entrusting the future of the vulnerable, the instability of the Jamaican dollar, the sustainability of our national debt and our hard-earned reputation for central government's prudent financial management on the fantasy of major software upgrade happening overnight. We have...
Stop lying!
Madam Speaker, we have chosen the path of fiscal responsibility because it is the only credible path that leads to a stable recovery.
He needs some milk.
is where we will continue.
Something not right, my wisdom warrior.
Madam Speaker.
Something is not right.
Madam Speaker,
Tell
on
about
the issue
them.
of digital nomad. The proposal from the spokesman on finance reflects a worthwhile instinct, but it illustrates the difference between identifying a promising concept and presenting a fully developed fiscal instrument. A digital nomad program may well have merit as part of a broader strategy to diversify Jamaica's visitor economy, attract long-term remote workers, and stimulate spending in select sectors. However, it does not yet stand up as a sufficiently robust revenue measure for closing a gap in the upcoming fiscal year 2026-27. Madam Speaker, the issue is not that the idea lacks potential, but that it has been advanced without the level of policy architecture, implementation detail, and fiscal realism required for serious budget planning. Even in a sister Caribbean country that introduced the concept 5 years ago and has often been cited as an early mover, the results suggest caution rather than easy optimism. Thousands of digital nomads were attracted over the period, yet the revenue yield remained relatively modest, underscoring that such programs are better understood as medium-term economic enhancers than immediate fiscal solutions. Madam Speaker, the more thoughtful commentary that has since emerged is therefore correct. The proposal points in an interesting direction, but it requires considerably more work on eligibility, infrastructure, tax treatment, housing implications, health coverage, administrative design, and projected returns before it can credibly be presented as a measure capable of materially strengthening the government's revenue position for the upcoming fiscal year, fiscal 2026-27. So, Madam Speaker, I will also X that figure out for this upcoming fiscal year 2020. Madam Speaker, the opposition spokesman on finance said he would take $1 billion from Factories Corporation. This is a government entity that develops, lease, and manages industrial and commercial real estate throughout Jamaica. The primary goal of Factories Corporation is to drive economic growth by providing the infrastructure needed for businesses to operate. So I want to ask the opposition spokesman on finance, are you sure you want to take $1 billion out of a company that helps to drive economic growth? No. So I'm going to X out this one as well. Madam Speaker, of all the things the spokesman on finance said, the one that alarmed me the most is that he said he would take, and that was his word, he would take an additional $1 billion from the Bank of Jamaica. Madam Speaker, the Bank of Jamaica, by law, Mr. Lawyer, opposition leader, determines the level of dividends that can reasonably be transferred in any year to the central government. There are strict guidelines in law. It is not advisable that the Minister of Finance calls the Bank of Jamaica and takes an additional $1 billion. So what happens if you need $20 billion, $100 billion, $200 billion? Would you simply take it from the Bank of Jamaica? Opposition spokesman on finance, Madam Speaker, that was what obtained in the long days ago when inflation ruled unfettered in Jamaica. In a particular period, let's say 1972 to 1980, Madam Speaker, the Bank of Jamaica became independent on April 15, 2021. It conducts a very sensitive monetary policy free of political interference. And so, FYI, you can't just take an additional $1 billion from the Bank of Jamaica, even if you think it won't compromise the institution's core function or its operational capacity. Madam Speaker, it appears the opposition spokesman on finance is telegraphing the intention of the opposition if it ever sits in the seat of government, Madam Speaker, a government cannot simply ask the Bank of Jamaica for funding. The amendments to the Bank of Jamaica Act, which established the inflation targeting regime and central bank independence, places explicit and intrinsic guardrails around how resources can move from Bank of Jamaica to government. Madam Speaker, those Jamaicans who are in business know that only realized profits can be distributed. It is the same for the Bank of Jamaica. Only realized profits can be distributed. And the Bank of Jamaica's capital to monetary liability ratio has to be at least 5% before any profits can be distributed. Madam Speaker, it is important that the opposition understands that only 25% of realized profits are distributed when capital to monetary liability ratio is greater than 5% and less than 8%. All the realized profits can only be distributed when the capital to monetary liability ratio is greater than 8%. No profits can be distributed if the capital to monetary liability ratio is less than 5%. In fact, Madam Speaker, the government would have to inject capital if the ratio falls below 3%. So really, in effect, neither the Bank of Jamaica or the government has any discretion where the distribution of profits are concerned. Madam Speaker, I was the junior minister in the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service when the work started to establish the Bank of Jamaica as an independent institution responsible for policy directive for inflation to be in the 3 to 6% range. Madam Speaker, we have lived with relatively predictable inflation in Jamaica. And so I say to the opposition spokesman on finance, do not try to sell to Jamaicans the notion that you can simply take $1 billion from the Bank of Jamaica. We've worked too hard to achieve a relatively stable inflation environment for anyone to try to undermine that very important pillar of our economy. As a matter of fact, Madam Speaker, come to think of it, the opposition has zero experience managing the country in an inflation targeting environment. They've never done it.
Stop lying!
So there's a thing or two, Madam Speaker, the opposition needs to learn.
Stop lying.
Madam Speaker.
Stop.
So, Madam Speaker, I will X out that $1 billion from the Bank of Jamaica. Yes, that's water. Madam Speaker, the maths is not mathsing. Madam Speaker, when you replace recurring revenue stream, which is what the NHT contribution and the revenue measures are, when you replace those with debt, you have to keep borrowing because next year you will be in the same position. You have to find borrowed funds again to replace the recurring NHT and revenue measures, and it never stops. Obviously, you would have a choice to cut expenditure and or get additional revenues. So, Madam Speaker, to those of you who want additional clarification on what this will look like, let me give you the following example. Let's assume that the NHT contribution of $11.4 billion and the revenue measure of $18 billion are the only sources of income to government. These are recurring. This means that every year you can count on those funds going into the Treasury. But the opposition spokesman on finance has said no NHT contribution and no revenue measures. In discontinuing the NHT contribution and not doing the revenue measures, I ask, where would the money come from? The opposition spokesman on finance said he would borrow. Okay, that's his desire. So the opposition spokesman on finance borrows to replace the NHT contribution and the revenue measure in the upcoming fiscal year. What happens in the next fiscal year? The opposition spokesman on finance has to borrow again because the recurrent expenditures are not going away. But this time, the spokesman on finance has to borrow more because the $2 billion that the opposition spokesman on finance never sent to Airports Authority of Jamaica because he decided to defer the construction of AAJ's corporate headquarters into fiscal year 2027-28 is needed. The contractors are ready to mobilize. They're anxious. So the opposition spokesman on finance will have to include this $2 billion in his borrowing. Madam Speaker, what happens in year 3? The opposition spokesman on finance has to borrow again, using this very simplified example just to show you the impact of using debt to replace recurrent revenues. Madam Speaker, I am sure you get the picture, and this table shows the folly of that. So, Madam Speaker, instead of the need to borrow $29.4 billion at 31.4, and then back to 29.4, assuming no other expenses pop up on you. Madam Speaker, these are the intricacies of how numbers in one budget year relate to the numbers in another budget year. And when you lose recurrent revenues, trying to replace it with debt is a state of illusory happiness.
You guys can hear me now, right? Oh yeah, you definitely can hear me. I can hear myself. Lord of mercy. Let me turn off this. Yeah. Alright, so Favor Williams is absolutely delusional, ladies and gentlemen. And let me tell you why. And this is just common sense. I wasn't even gonna say anything but she's doing the most right now, and I'm sure the PMP is gonna answer to her, because what she has done now is come to the parliament with gimmicks, just like Andrew Honest. I'm sure Andrew Honest, whoever wrote Andrew Honest's speech is the one that wrote this speech. They are here laughing at the Jamaican people, letting them know, one, we're gonna tax the hell out of them. Two, we're not doing it no other way, and trying to convince you that there's no other way, and throw cold water upon all of the things them that Mark Golding and Julian Robinson put out. See, first and foremost, the system where to collect taxes more efficiently. The man is saying, go and start that system. It's already been filled out to some extent. Start it. You don't know exactly how far you could go in tax collection. Just start. When you look at the article with the cars, the car rental companies, that in the period of 2020 to 2023, ladies and gentlemen, I have the article. I can go to it and show you. When you look at that article, right, you see that these companies altogether had $4 billion in taxes that they filed nil for. But when they went back, they had to tell the truth because they were in court. $4 billion, you know, between 2020 and 2023, that's 4 years. So on an average of 4 years, right? On an average of 4 years, you had 10 companies on an average each year that had $1 billion for the government. How much companies are in Jamaica, ladies and gentlemen, that the government collect tax from and potentially, right, could be, you know, not filing their taxes and committing fraud. So say for instance you had 400 companies. Now, let's not put it at 400 companies. Yeah, 400 companies. Every 10 company on average is robbing the government of $1 billion. What Mr. Julian Robinson is saying, start the system, get it in law as fast as possible, and you could potentially earn 2% of the actual budget. 2% of the actual budget, which is what, 8 billion. So you're telling me 400 companies in Jamaica that pay taxes, that potentially is not, because you know a beer scamming going on in Jamaica, potentially is not paying all of their taxes. And when you add up that, you're telling me by the implementation of the system within a year, fast track it, go as fast as possible to relieve the burden from the Jamaican people so they don't have to pay all these taxes. You're telling me, one, that is not worth it, and you're telling me, two, that, well, it not gonna work. and it can't get so much money, that is foolishness. Absolute rubbish. Right? So you have 400 companies, right? Every 10 company yield $1 billion, right? In a 1 year, right? That means you have $40 billion potentially when the system is actually totally implemented. But in a year period, you can get $8 billion from the potential $40 billion. And you're telling me that is not worth it? To not tax the people of Jamaica? So Jamaica, just understand, the Jamaica Labour Party, in their effort and what they're doing is to keep you down. Because now she's going to the NHT. Let me talk about the NHT. They are telling us that they are not going to stop taking out the NHT now. Julian Robinson argument about the bank, I'm sure he's going to clear that up. I'm not the expert, right? I'm sure he's going to clarify that. Because I'll be a clone or one. They are telling us that they are absolutely going to continue to steal from our money, not tax dollars, our NHT money. These hypocritical bastards in the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Oles included, is going to thief our money from the NHT for fund the budget. And she's talking about borrowing. What do you mean? You don't stop borrow money. Look how much money JLP borrow. You don't always a borrow. You understand? So, what is this thing about borrowing like say a one party borrow? Foolishness. Now, when you use the NHT money to do what it is intended to do, what you're going to do is to improve the lives of the people in the country. You know what's going to happen? You're going to pay more taxes, you big dummy. When you improve the life of the people in the West and get them back on their feet, they're going to be able to earn more money so they can pay more taxes so it can go into the budget. It makes sense to help the people with the money that is intended to help them so they can get house over their head and security. So they can be encouraged to start families. You know, so the people, and this is a big, this is all interconnected, you know. And some of them people don't have no sense, you know. Right? Don't you see that people don't want to have children now? Because they don't have no roof over them head, they are making a conscientious decision. You guys are talking about the workforce. You have to invest in the people. Stop stealing from the NHD. And you guys are giggling and laughing over there. Besides, someone dopey can box, you know. Like literally box, you know. One spirit just box, you know, when you not laugh. On a sick stomach, man. Sick stomach. Laughing after the people struggles in Jamaica. Right? So they are going to continue to rob from the NHT. And after this, I'm done, you know, because I'm not continue with this, you know. That's why I don't want to listen to them people no more from the JLP, you know. It's no joke thing, but the people that go through in Hanover and Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth, East Portland, St. Ann, St. James. It's no joke thing, and no laughing matter. You understand? And she come here today to come and choke cold water upon all of the plans of the People's National Party. Talking about 2 years' time. How much promises the JLP make? How much commitment Andrew Oles make? The first 100-day promise, I know we don't do none of them. Right? So, we're not going to tell we know this, and then we're not going to hear nothing more about it. We don't trust you know. And I pray that God remove every last one of you from the government of the Jamaica. Every last, none of you no worth one paper toilet. You don't work the paper toilet that we use to wipe our ass. Disgusting. That is all. You don't like and share the video, ladies and gentlemen. Piss me off here, man. Yeah, me gone here, people. And Isabel Rose, big up yourself. I can post that video there right now. Them pissing me off, man. All the poorer class people, them always pressure. Right? Talking. Them want to have this, bring this illusion to the people them that somehow borrowing money is financially irresponsible. Didn't Andrew Oles come out the other day talking about and boasting how the government is so fiscally disciplined to the point where they can borrow money? Then damn, give me fiscal discipline. It's the People's National Party. Mark Golding did the legislation for that. Mark Jefferson Golding was integral in passing that law where Uno now can benefit from. What the hell are you talking about? Huh? Uno have a boast about how Uno can borrow money if it wasn't for the People's National Party rescuing this country. from the same nasty. You notice what she did? She went to 1972 to 1980. Then Fairfield Williams. Me know say them a write your speech, you know. Yeah, man, me know say them a write your speech. Cause look at this. Look at this now, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go back a little bit. Since as them want to go back. In 1980s, right? Look at your screen, you know. This is Edward Siaga, you know. This is a labor writing this now. This man used to serve under the Jamaica Labour Party, Shalman Scott. Look him up if you don't want the article. We can drop it in. As a matter of fact, let me drop it in the chat for him. Because it's all about learning, you know. It's all about teaching. Let me drop the link to the article in the chat. See article there, ladies and gentlemen. When you can go read it for your own time and share it with people in our something. No. In our community. In the 1980s, when Siaga came to power, Jamaica debt to GDP was 63%, right? And it ballooned to 262% of GDP in 1989 in a Jesus name, which represents an increase of 315.8% in Jamaica's indebtedness over a 9-year period. It was so bad, ladies and gentlemen, that any single digit growth in the economy in the face of growth in debt was no particular significance. Want to hear that? If there was a single rise in the growth of the economy, it wouldn't mean nothing to all the man carry the country in a turmoil with the economy. This is the Jamaica Labour Party history. And them caused the meltdown in the 1980s. And why FinSac was born is because of them. All of them bad bank practices. All of labor right them will open up bank and them something there. That's why they don't want for. That's why they didn't even do a FinSac report. There was no report according to Mark Golding. And from Mark Golding says so, I saw it go. Jamaica, did you know that there was no report? Did you know that there was no report, Jamaica? No report. No FinSac report. Did you guys listen to the interview with Andre Stevens and Mark Jefferson Gordon last night on PDTV? There was no FinSac report. No report never right. We not no report, forget the man, them bury that. And they claim, Nigel Clark claimed that they were going to put the content of their findings on a website for people to sift through. There's no official report of the FinSac and no recommendations, no conclusion to the findings, nothing. And then me say Marlon Morgan come for one show, pass up the show, talking about how Mark Golding is a liar that are misleading the people. Me not hear it yet, but somebody in the comment section said it to me. Can you imagine? Mark Golding, you think Mark Golding have time for you to tell lie? Mark Golding a big man with 3 grand pitney. One of them 3 plus and one of them 1 plus. 2 of them 1 plus, the twin. Man have a beautiful wife and 3 children. The man have no time. Time for lying about what? For what? For what? Eh? Marlon Morgan a waste man still. But what me I say? This woman put on the screen. Make them a turn her in a one big clown over there. You know? One gigantic clown. Making an ass of the... They are disrespecting the people of Jamaica. They are disrespecting the people of Jamaica. Because they know so enough 5 people them not even going to read and go look up for themselves. Right? Them just going to die hearted and hear them attack and go, yeah! And I actually know what the hell she's talking about and how she deceived them. I think there needs to be a law when it comes to what them call the honorable house. If you come and lie in the honorable house, you spend 5 years in a prison for your lie. 5 to 15 years in prison for a lie. Yes, man. I bet say them politicians stop and lie to people them in the parliament house. Can you imagine? Yes, the 124 million under Grace. Mighty God. Listen to me. Jamaica, I gotta have to deliver away from them people. No look a joke. No look a joke. They must smell them own ass. You understand what I say? You remember when people say, you turn big man now, you start smell your piss. I just saw them there. Them feel like them unstoppable and them untouchable and them have the whole system locked and them can't lose an next election and all of these things. Me say one by one when the man then come. When the man then come lock them up, who forget lock up and who for force to resign. Just like how Bruce Golding did force to resign. And God make Mark Golding now win the last election. God allow them for Tiffy because when this blouse and skirt are starting up, a shame and disgrace now. Labour Party done it. In this country, you know. You remember good? People want to big up on themselves here. Look more. Me so no. I have to move.